Vote today on a Senate-approved bill to end the shutdown. The bill would then go to President Trump, who is expected to sign it. Transportation Secretary Duffy says if the shutdown does end now, there's still time to salvage holiday travel.
As we come into Thanksgiving, this is the Super Bowl of air traffic controlling, right? It's massive movement of Americans. And again, this shutdown is going to get us to a place where we can get controllers back in our facilities controlling the airspace.
Federal workers have missed a couple of paychecks. That's putting a bit of a dent in the economy.
So that means less spending on restaurant meals, less spending on travel, delayed purchases of larger things like cars or furniture. People are unlikely to spend on those large items when they don't have a paycheck.
National economics correspondent Chris Rugaber. President Trump has riled his MAGA base by saying that American workers are not talented enough for some jobs.
During a Fox News Channel interview, the president defended the H-1B visa program as a way to bring in talent for high-skilled jobs. It's a hot-button issue for MAGA supporters who argue H-1Bs take jobs away from Americans. But Donald Trump said the U.S. doesn't have qualified workers for certain positions, saying you can't take people off an unemployment line and put them in a factory. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Baby formula manufacturer ByHeart is recalling all of its products sold nationwide. The move comes days after a more limited recall amid an expanding outbreak of infant botulism. At least 15 babies in 12 states have been sickened in the outbreak since August, with more cases pending. On Wall Street, ahead of this morning's opening bell, the Dow futures are up 122 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 166 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Right now in Ukraine, elderly Jews are trapped in unbearable poverty. Galina, she's a 96-year-old Holocaust survivor who has spent her entire life in the same village. She's sick and alone and facing another bitterly cold winter, and today, like every day, she has to decide to spend what little money she has on food, medicine, or heating. No one should have to live like this, but for Galina and so many others, this is the harsh reality. Look, the Bible tells us that when you bless elderly Jews living in poverty like Galina, you will receive blessings in return. Through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews and your generous donation, you can bring hope to those in need. Your gift of just $25 will help provide a food box packed with life-saving essentials that help feed an elderly Jew struggling to survive. Don't delay. Your gift today will help provide the life-saving food and hope that Galina and many like her so desperately need. UrgentIFCJ.org. That's one word, UrgentIFCJ.org, or call now at 866-338-IFCJ, 866-338-4325.
Pakistan has launched an investigation into a suicide bombing outside an Islamabad district court. 12 people were killed. Underscores the challenges facing the government as it struggles with terrorism, border tension, and a fragile ceasefire with Afghanistan.
The Defense Minister Khwaja Mohammad Asif was highly critical of the Taliban government, saying we shouldn't fool ourselves into thinking they are sincere and want peace. While he said that Pakistan would not initiate a war, he reiterated that they would respond if targeted. Pakistan and Afghanistan's relations have dramatically deteriorated in recent months. Police have given more details about the explosion, saying that it was carried out by one attacker who used up to 8 kilograms of explosives with ball bearings. Security has been increased around Islamabad.
The BBC's Caroline Davies. Taiwan evacuating 8,300 people and closing schools out of a tropical storm that's hitting southern parts of the island today. News and analysis, townhall.com. The Supreme Court has extended an order blocking full SNAP payments amid signals that the government shutdown could soon end and food aid payments resume.
The order keeps in place, at least for a few more days, a chaotic situation. People who depend on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program to feed their families in some states have received their full monthly allocations, while others have received nothing. The order, which is 3 sentences long and comes with no explanation on the court's thinking, will expire just before midnight Thursday. The Senate has approved a bill to end the shutdown, and the House of Representatives could vote on it as early as Wednesday. Reopening the government would restart the program that helps 42 million Americans buy groceries, but it's not clear how quickly the full payments would resume. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
The Southeast has set low temperature records even before winter officially arrives. Freeze warning affecting some 18 million people extended across Alabama, Florida, as well as Georgia. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy middle of the week.
Wednesday.
We made it.
Throw them dubs up.
We're at the top of the hump.
That's right. Halfway day, hump day, whatever day you want to call it.
Yep. But, welcome to it. Made it. Another nice day.
Yeah.
On tap weather-wise. Upper 70s today.
I'll take it. That's absolutely gorgeous.
I do remind you, we are week with just a one S away from Thanksgiving.
Week away.
Yeah. And we're, upper 80s.
Yeah.
Or upper 70s, pushing 80s.
Now, I will say, my advice from like a week ago to wait exactly 1 week and go this last weekend for the drive up to... I was right, because I've been driving around Roswell just for the last few days, and we are in peak color change season.
Yeah.
I mean, just some of the reds I've been seeing, some of the yellers. It's like redneck fireworks, you know?
Well, and I seem to remember, based on past experience, it's like every time the leaf thing happens, I know it's gradual, but it seems like in our pea-sized brains, it's like, normal. Then one day, hey, wait, it's all red and yellow all of a sudden.
And then they're gone.
Yeah, and then the next blink, it's all on the...
Exactly.
It's blowing down the street.
And they said it was going to be a faster, transition this year than in the last few seasons. But,
right.
I mean, it seems like it's been very just quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, the colors right now are at peak, I'd say.
Well, summer's been fighting this year. Like, it's like, I ain't... It's leaving like a lion, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's not...
In like a lion, out also like a lion.
It's not going quietly. But, so I don't know if that bodes well or bad for winter. Like, is winter going to be cantankerous?
I've heard because we had such a wet summer that we can expect to have a relatively snowy winter or a wetter winter.
It's a wet summer.
Right.
Making a wet winter too. I'm just waiting.
Around here, it's usually too warm at Christmas time to expect a white Christmas, but I would say probably like late December, January.
Okay.
Hopefully we don't have another one of those events, but
Oh, Goliath.
Oh,
no, we don't want that. Although I got a Jeep now.
Yep, that's true. Well, you had a Jeep then too.
No, I did not.
Did you not?
I had my RAV4.
Oh, that's right. You guys said you were getting around in Jeff's truck, Jeffrey's truck.
Breaking Bad mobile.
Yeah.
Because his Breaking Bad mobile was 4-wheel drive.
He
My
had an
RAV4 was not.
Aztec. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Dude, full disclosure, though, that was one of... I tend to like things that don't look good, I found out. Or like bad movies. That's totally me.
I could get that.
But I loved the Pontiac Aztec when it first came out because I was watching Survivor.
I know that's why you love it.
Right.
It had like a camper
full tent
table
in the back.
Yeah.
Exactly. You could live in this thing if worse came to worse.
It had a cooler.
A cooler. It has a cooler in there. But yeah, no, that I loved the idea, the concept of the Aztec.
Now if I remember correctly, that was only like the sport package. I think the rest of the Aztecs didn't have the.
They had
the pop-up camper in the back.
They had
whatever.
3 different ones, and there was the sport package. There was the adventure package, which broke. It didn't break down to a camper, but it broke down into like a survival something.
Right.
And then there was the explorer mode or something where it was just like the the hatch.
Well, the guy that won that car, Colby, he's gone on to done some acting and like the last thing I saw him do was he hosted a show on History Channel for a minute. But in my head, I picture to this day Colby's still driving around in that bright yellow Aztec, like he's going to audition.
But it's got to be Breaking Bad eyes, so it's got like duct tape on down one side of it, just holding the door on.
Like I just want to see him roll up, and he's still in that yellow Aztec.
128,000 miles on it.
He's not making his car back in 8.
Okay, there's this commercial, and I can't. And honestly, it's probably not doing its job because I don't remember what the car is.
Yeah.
But it's they use the "Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff?" and it plays like 4 commercials in a row. But it's this guy. He like shows up on a film set, and he's like a soccer ref.
Okay.
And the producers are like looking in the car, like, "How much are we paying this guy?" But it's a lease that he had.
Okay. And like when you're saying that, like maybe I'm not paying attention to TV, but I feel like I've heard that a lot on TV lately. But for the life of me, can't connect the
But
visual.
it's like 3 commercials because it's the guy pulling up, them looking in the car. How much are we paying this guy?
Yeah.
And then another one where he's driving his parents in the back seat, talking about the role that he took. And they're like looking at the car and like, why did we pay for dinner? So there's like several of these.
Right.
But it just reminded me of like the producer looking in Colby's just beat up Aztec, be like, why is he still doing this?
You know what? Speaking of advertising, I've come to the decision that the ad that I have complained about multiple times in the last couple months. Oh, has it?
Has changed.
Because I've not seen the changed one.
Well, and I don't know this for sure, but I kind of off to the side caught it the other day.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they didn't make him redo the line, but that they softened the G so that it says detergent.
See, I was convinced, or I'm still convinced.
The commercial that we're talking about is a Cascade commercial, I believe, and the guy says, well, your problem isn't your dishwasher, your problem is your detergent.
Yeah, instead of detergent, like
like anybody's said our entire lives.
Anybody that actually is speaking English their whole lives speak. That being said, I'm convinced now that this is Gen Z marketing id. And they're trying to take their TikTok and online moves, like how they just randomly put things that bug you to get you to remember and pay attention on theirs, and they're bringing it to the big screen. What I mean, the little screen, the small screen,
right?
Not the, you know what I mean.
You're talking
TV.
about like.
So I think that's what I deliberately think they put it in there, just to mess with people like me.
I will say this:
remember it.
It seems like generationally, at least in some ways, they're trying to change certain words.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm saying, oh, you young people now, but like I have heard more than one person say the word plethora as plethora. And I'm wondering if they're trying to like new generationize it or if they're just all wrong.
As a guy that this exact same happened in younger, no, it's dumb people seeing words but never seen it said before, and they're going to try to throw it in there thinking they're smart, and then it's.
But the problem is that person says it with such confidence that everyone else in the room thinks that's the right way to say it.
Now that is the move. But it don't make them right.
Right.
You just got to bypass the bullets, hot garbage lies, and just no, you're wrong, and but that's the move. And because I've done it before, it's you fake it till you make it. I'll walk in there and I'll say, and then let's be honest, I love twisting words. That's a crutchy. I just didn't know how to say it properly, so I just come on. It's a tactic. I know.
when you are so sure of yourself, that you refuse to accept that it's wrong, that can make other people doubt actual truth.
I know.
I'll give you an example. Friday of last week, we were all making breakfast plans for Saturday.
Yes.
And Mike was like, nope, it's next Friday or next Saturday. No. Nope. Like 6 times he was like, nope, you're wrong. I'm like, Mike. He's like, because last Friday was Halloween. I'm like, yes. And last Saturday was November 1st, the first Saturday.
Right.
He's like,
I had it all in my head.
wait a second. By the way, breakfast was fantastic.
Well, and this is the conundrum there. And this is the other reason why I was convinced, because I always have the Salvation Arm on the show the Friday before that. Of course, they're on this Friday, or scheduled for this Friday. So in my head, I was thinking it was this Saturday.
Which brings me to my next point. Thank you for the segue. You and I guess all of us were cordially invited to the Red Kettle dinner that they're going to be having. Banquet.
When is that?
I believe it is it Friday night, I believe? I think it's Saturday night at 6, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
very
kickoff to the holiday season. Although I've already seen some kettles out. I've already seen some bell ringers.
I love the go-getters.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna rise up the ranks.
Right.
Very cool. Well, we'll hope to see them Friday morning on the show here.
Yeah.
We'll get more details.
Should be good.
Or details.
We'll get a plethora of details.
All right, let's get the show going, shall we? We hadn't started yet. We're going to replay an interview this hour. Kerry Moore with the Chaves County Health Council joined us on Monday, or what I like to say, Monday. And talking about the Stand Down event that's going to be happening here at Pioneer Plaza on Friday. And it's going to be a great event. Food, come eat, but we'll talk. We'll play the interview for you here in just a few. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to have Nancy Fleming and Miranda Howe join us from the Miniatures and Curiosities Museum and Bone Springs Art, and we'll get an update from them. I think they got some events. I'm not. I got to go dig because I don't know, but I know we got some stuff to talk about. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, another one I'm a little sketchy on because I don't have a lot of information on. Shri from the Altar and Rosary Society is going to join us, and we'll have a conversation with them here in the 9 o'clock hour. Plus, we'll have all of your features, newses of the local, national variety, Wall Street business, sports, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do anything else, though, let's take a look at your weather, which not too shabby.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good for a while. We'll be sunny today and our afternoon high in the upper 70s. For the overnight hours, clear down to 40. High pressure will hang out again on Thursday. Low to mid 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. For Friday, we're expecting sunny skies and we're going up to about 80. Temperatures will stay very comfortable for the upcoming weekend with sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 43 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 40%. Winds currently out of the north at 6 miles per hour. Today, another nice day. Sunny skies. Not quite as warm. Upper 70s. 77 are expected high today. North winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear. Overnight low of 41 degrees. Winds will be calm as well. Back into the low 80s tomorrow. Sunny and 81 for your Thursday. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy and an overnight low of 42 degrees. Southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny and 82 for your Friday. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night for football, Coyotes in action for their first playoff game, which we'll have right here on the radio for you on 106.5 beginning at pregame at 6:30. But anyway, should be a good night might want to bring a light jacket, because the overnight low of 42, so it might be a little chilly, especially the second half of that ball game. Southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. For the weekend on Saturday, sunny and high of 81, so weather should be good for those traveling to Lovington for the Big Goddard. Their second playoff game here as they travel to Lovington to take on the Wildcats. We'll have that game for you right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM as well, with I believe it's 12:30 pregame and a 1 o'clock kickoff on that one. That'll be radio only right here. And then for Sunday, we're looking at sunny and 76, sunny and 71 on Monday when you head back to work and what have you next week. All right, it is 7:19. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview with Kerry Moore from the Chaves County Health Council talking about the big Stand Down event that's happening here at Pioneer Plaza on Friday. There's going to be opportunities for folks to get documentation if they need lost IDs, things like that. If they need to eat, come eat. If supplies for homeless, things like that. So it's going to be a big event here right downtown in Pioneer Plaza on Friday. So we'll play that interview and learn more from Carrie there. So quick break. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
When managing a chronic illness, access to the right treatments makes all the difference. Artesia General Hospital's Infusion Center provides IV therapy and biologic treatments, so you don't have to travel far for care. Expert infusion therapy right here in Artesia. Call 575-736-8256 today to learn more.
Ready, set, hurry on down to Tate Branch Roswell, where we finish first. Experience the Tate Branch difference here at Tate Branch Roswell, where business is done the Tate Branch way with honesty and integrity to deliver an exceptional customer experience. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are priced to move and are backed with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's all backed by friendly hometown customer service that puts you first every time. So don't wait. Head on down to Tate Branch Roswell right here at 2000 West 2nd Street and drive home happy today. Tate Branch Roswell. Come experience the world-class experience you have been waiting for.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
Pecos Valley Broadcasting has immediate entry and experience level and radio and live stream video sales executive positions open in Artesia and Carlsbad. You'll work with our amazing team to build and maintain accounts and dive into advertising and marketing promotions. Experience in sales is preferred and bilingual opportunities are available. Base guarantee plus bonuses and commissions. Apply now. Email your details or resume to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Take your career to the next level with Pecos Valley Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
This County Health Council. Carrie Moore back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am here.
You are here. That's a start.
An hour earlier than normal.
That's true. I appreciate that. Well, nothing is normal today.
Right. Well,
in my world.
I heard.
But it's good. Eventually. But anyway.
You'll work it out.
It is. It's one of those things. It's like you got a new car, but you don't know where any of the buttons are, and that's part of the problem. So,
well, and that's part of the fun at the same time.
Yeah. Except when you're driving 50 miles an hour and you're looking for that certain button.
It's like, how do you turn on the windshield wipers? Yeah.
Where's that button? Like I got my Jeep not too long, and it's got that auto stop hot mess that you ever had a car, like when you get up to a traffic light and it shuts off and then.
No, my 2002 truck still has the AM FM cassette deck.
I have a vehicle that doesn't now, and I'm not a fan. And so I always forget to turn that off, but I never remember where the button is, and so I'm like, now where's that button at again? So I understand that. So I'm basically doing that till I figure the system out.
Yeah.
But Health Council's pretty busy right now. A lot of things going on. A lot of things have been happening. A lot of things on the pipeline here. It's a busy time right now.
Yeah, the fall usually is. We kind of did something a little different this year. The Together with Veterans program has decided they wanted to do a stand down.
Yeah.
We originally had it planned for February.
Okay.
But the reality is February is too late in the season, because part of that is being able to supply homeless or near homeless with the supplies necessary to get through the winter
and by
months.
February, they've long needed it by then, and everybody starting at that point thinking about spring stuff.
Right, yeah. And that's kind of was my point. It's like, in February, we're kind of like hitting 80. Yeah. Nobody's going to need, these warm hats and gloves anymore.
Although it is New Mexico. They will have one freeze in April or
something.
Yeah.
There'll be that one day that we have to have it.
Yeah. But so we said, hey, let's do something here around the Thanksgiving holiday, and so we can catch them while it's still 70s and 80s, and when it does, it's going to be 35 tonight. I mean, we are getting those.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, so it is in need now, but let's see. And of course, this is a cool event that you all really, like I said, kind of put together pretty quick over the last couple weeks here.
Yeah, put it together really fast. And what happened is that With Many Hands was trying to figure out how to get documents for anybody who's living on the streets or coming out of jail.
Sure.
They don't have their birth certificate, Social Security, driver's license anymore. And it makes it difficult to get housed, to get medical
benefits.
Anything. You have to have those documents. So we started with a meeting on trying to figure out how to coordinate those services.
So they can get their drivers or get an ID.
To get an ID to be able to get them off the streets and get them into a house, or to get the behavioral health care that they need.
But
or
you can't get an ID without an address. And so there's
right.
the rub.
And yeah, so, we were running into all these things, and we decided that, let's just start putting an event together. We got the Department of Health that's going to be there to do some waivers to be able to get birth certificates. And then, of course, we're starting to roll through the rest of the guidelines. So some of the stuff that we thought we were going to be able to just pipe out right then and there are going to have to take a little backseat. But we have found ways of working within the system to make it happen.
Gotcha.
So
starting the process at least.
Right. So, if they have some of their supplies or some of their documents, we can get them their birth certificate on Thursday. But if they don't, then we can keep working in the background and continue to get the documents necessary to help them get that. Alianza has stepped up and said, we'll be a document bank. So if you are on the streets and you don't have any way to secure your documents, we'll house them for you.
Kind of like a safety deposit box type mindset, basically.
So that kind of is helpful, especially if them coming out of jail. The jail does give them some documents that can get them what they need.
Okay.
But most of the time they lose it before they finalize and get what they need.
By the time they get their depending on what their next, because let's face it, people getting right out of the correction facility, their first goal usually, let me get my paperwork in order. They're ready to, get a burger, a beer, or something.
Yeah. Or all of it.
Or all the above.
Right.
Or something more a little fun. But anyway.
Yeah. So, it's we have to break some of these barriers. I mean, everybody has the same thing. It's like nobody wants to see the homeless on the street. The homeless don't want to be on the street for the most part. I mean, there are some people who just do not want to be housed.
There's always a small percentage.
But that's a very small percentage.
99% are wanting something better.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reality is, if they weren't dealing with behavioral health issues, if you're taking the meds necessary for your behavioral stuff, would you still want to be living on the streets?
Right. It's a catch-22, and this is really all of this stuff.
It's
and okay, this person's crazy, we can't employ them, but they're crazy because they need mental health treatment. Once we get them treated, they're not, and I'm sorry, I'm just being very liberal terms here, but they're not a problem anymore. They can function in society and work, but we can't get them there unless they do this, but we can't get them to do this unless we do this. And that's the problem that we're running into. It's this circle of runaround.
Right, and so we have to start dealing with some of it. And then, the other part, too, is we have to cut off the faucet so that we stop pumping them into that system.
Right.
So cut the faucet and then start helping those that we can help get out of
Absolutely.
it. For a while, we'll still be in the same problem with housing.
Yep.
Because even if we can get them the behavioral health or off the drugs or in the services that they need, we may not be able to get them housed because we don't have housing here.
No place to put them, yeah.
Right. And so that's a huge problem.
Well, and this is why, again, you talk about With Many Hands and some of these other organizations are partnering with the Stand Down event here and Health Council and others. It's the other side, too. It's, back with these, the housing program, helping landlords that own properties that are pretty, disheveled. Let's get them fixed up. We can start getting we can get you a tenant.
Right. Yeah.
We'll get you a tenant in there and you start making money that cleans up the neighborhood. This person gets a foundation to start their lives in any direction they want. This is really a great program. And that, unfortunately, that's how we're going to fix that housing thing, is get more people on board with these landlord programs, getting other property and community owners to offer up their services and things to this as well, too, or something similar too.
Yeah, and it has to be into the affordable rates because doing a 1-bedroom, 1-bath at $1,200 a month,
exactly,
is not affordable for anybody.
Nope. Well, and this is and we're not as dealing with this as say like an Artesia that deals with like FLETC issues and things like that, because people that stay at, say, FLETC or law enforcement training, any of that stuff, they're there for a year or two, and they get like the military, or not military, the government pays, allows them substances, and they pay well.
Right.
And so landlords will be like, well, since you're FLETC, your rent is $1,300 a month. If you know what I mean? And so that drives up those prices.
But we do have that here.
We do, absolutely correct. Fortunately, we don't have it as to that point of what they deal in that thing. But either way, that's what we're combating is, hey, there's something, because we do get trickled down from that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we get trickled down from that, and then we have all the traveling nurses and all the other traveling professionals that are in this area.
Yeah.
And then, of course, because there is no housing in Artesia and Carlsbad where the overflow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's bad here? Artesia's got a much more affordable housing issue than we do. Not trying to say, well, gee, compare and contrast. I'm just saying.
Because they have less
but
housing.
We have to combat that. Now, granted, we got 10 times the people, 10 times the homeless, 10 times everything else than they do.
And the flood didn't help. Because we still have people who are living in their cars and not in their homes from the flood.
And flooding turned people that were on the edge anyway. It's no different than those fires in Ruidoso. People that were barely living, barely keeping a house, barely keeping bills paid or not. Now that just got knocked over the edge, and they're homeless now. And they're and I'm telling you, there's still people, like you said, from the flyer. There's still people from Ruidoso fires are probably
still here in Roswell
with homeless issues or couch surfing or whatever, things that technically aren't homeless but are homeless kind of thing.
Well, I was in a meeting last week, and the school district reported it was 136 homeless students already.
That's crazy.
Last year it was over 200. So we have a huge homeless problem.
Mm-hmm.
We don't necessarily see them sleeping on the streets because couch surfing is homeless.
Absolutely.
We have an unstable society.
Absolutely. And this is the point I try to make to everybody. This isn't a conservative thing. This isn't a liberal thing. This is a humanity, and we got a problem.
Yes.
We got people, and we don't have the resources to take care of these people, and more people are coming. Regardless of how you feel about the not my backyards and this, I know everyone's got opinion. Everyone wants to help homeless. No one wants to actually help homeless.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, that's true.
And so we gotta blur that line and actually help homeless, because this is a logistical problem. You say what you want about emotions and spirit. We got bodies. We don't have no place to put them. We've got to figure this out. This is nothing to do with politics. This is humans trying to help humans.
Yes.
And this is what it's all about. So people, I get it. You have hang-ups and you don't want this, and the man is doing this or whatever we build up on Facebook and social media on, this is a cover-up for this or whatever, we all start doing. No, people don't have a place to sleep. People have no sources to get food. People have no sources to help themselves get these things. We have to help them do this. We have to fix it. Otherwise, guess what? They're going to be loitering in the streets. They're going to be doing all the things that you hate. We're trying to correct.
Well, and the thing is there was nobody on the planet that was having the world's best day and said, you know what? Today is the day I think I'm going to try heroin for the first time.
Exactly.
Because, by golly, my life is going grand.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Everyone's so hung up on how they got there, and it's like, we can figure that out later. Let's figure out how to get them,
Well, they don't want help. They don't want help. It's because they don't see the other side of it because they've never been on that other side of it.
And to be honest, you got to convince them. They don't want the strings that come with the help sometimes. And that's what, and there's a rationale for everything. Homeless folks generally have built walls and created whatever self-defense mechanisms they have to survive. Whether it makes sense or not, that's not for you to understand.
Right.
What it is you've got to crack that armor to get to it, and some are easier than others. But regardless, we got to do it. And I will. I'm not. You know what? I am doing it. I don't care. I hear a lot of Christians and a lot of people that talk about being Christians. And last time I checked, Christians I don't remember Jesus asking if you're a Republican or a Democrat or if, matter of fact, I remember him helping a lot of people that we would consider the dregs of society today. And that's what our whole faith is based on. And if you're not willing to do that part, I got to call you to the carpet on. Are you really, are you truly living the Christian values you espouse to live to? I'd call that into question if you can't see what we're talking about here.
Yeah, that whole, during the election season, the whole neighbor helping neighbor that was pushed out the most.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Just because they're living on the streets, they're still your neighbor.
Exactly.
They are part of this community, and we have to help this community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's ugliness, and people don't understand the police department and the fire department on the way they do some of the things that they do, but they see the worst of the worst.
Right.
So even what we see on the streets, trust me, it is nowhere near what they're seeing. And if we can't help with some of the worst and start fixing some of that, then over the years, then that's how they become on the streets. And
Absolutely.
we have to, we all have to work together. And
the more you ignore this problem, the worse it's going to get.
Yes, and we've been ignoring it for years, for decades.
And that's just the plain truth. And you can have all your opinionated Facebook powwows about, is it right to do this or not? And at the end of the day, while you sit there debating that, more people are continuing to be homeless, more crime, more all the things that you're not wanting is going to happen.
Yeah.
So you can either roll up your sleeves and let's find ways to get people IDs and get people in touch with resources and independent and get them into the mental health resources that they need, if that's what they need or whatever it is. We got to start getting these individuals on the path so they can better themselves, so we can better our society. And that's how it works.
And it may not happen today.
Yeah.
That conversation might not take hold today.
Yeah.
Have that conversation again tomorrow.
Yep.
And keep having that conversation with them, because eventually it does work.
Yep.
It's the same with domestic violence and everything else. You have to be in that right space to be able to understand the hand that is being offered for help.
Yep.
And it takes a while to get there.
Absolutely. And so let's start with a stand-down event.
So, yeah.
Well, Carrie and I just leap off our soapboxes.
Putting you and I in the same room together is not necessarily the best thing.
Exactly. Well, and again, pull back. We see a lot of things just because the nature of what we do in the community. You see a lot of angles and things, and I understand people's opinions on things, but you're not seeing the big picture. Sometimes you're seeing your little slice, or you're being told whatever avenues you pursue to information, that's what you're seeing.
Right.
And you're not seeing the big picture.
Right.
So that's all we're talking about.
Yeah. So part of seeing that big picture is being able to do something like the stand down.
Mm-hmm.
And so for us, the stand down is wraparound services. So we are going to have out there, Department of Health, we'll have flu shots. Truman will be out there doing some testing. We're going to have
kits for supplies for homeless,
right?
Hygiene kits and grooming kits and first aid kits and things that meals. I mean, the
wound care,
the literal Band-Aid stuff to get immediate needs, but also tapping into the long-term needs. All right, how can we get you an ID? How can we get you a home? How can we get you?
We'll have the ones who provide the drug rehab system into it to see if we can help get that.
Yeah.
The Together with Veterans piece focuses on the veteran part of it, but we don't know who the homeless veterans are, right? So we have to open it up to the entire community.
Yeah.
That's homeless or near homelessness.
This is around Veterans Day or Thanksgiving holiday. It's kind of smack dab in the middle here.
Right.
But yes, if you're veterans or know of veterans that are in these situations, I know there's a lot of people that do work with churches and various other organizations and let's get them to this stand up, come, load up the wagons or whatever we got to do and get them down here, at least get them fed and a flu shot or whatever, health care and stuff. And maybe we can convince them to start getting an ID or start down the path to getting some resources.
Get them the case manager so that they can start their behavioral health or their drug assistance needs or whatever it's going to take.
But it's kind of, and this is where I was kind of talking about that defense earlier, where, to survive, it's no different with domestic violence victims or homeless. You build walls to protect yourself. You build, your trust in people and humanity is usually zero. And you think everyone's about to screw you in some way, shape, or form. And so, to be honest, the food, the stuff, that's chipping away at that a little bit.
That's why there's food, is to bring them there.
It is the carrot we're dangling to try to to instill trust and to say, hey, we're not here to round you up and to cart you off to another homeless camp or whatever has happened to some of these people.
Right.
And let's quite frankly, that's, you don't know the whole story on some of this stuff. There's a lot of distrust in all this stuff. And so we've got to pick away at that one chip at a time, and it's going to take time. And so please, let's start by, hey, coming out to Pioneer Plaza beginning at 11, come down, let's have some food. Let's sit down and talk, and let's see what go from there.
Right. And, I just want to keep reiterating. I mean, it's for homeless or near homelessness. I mean, we do have some people who have houses, but they have no utilities working at all, or they're living in the sheds in the backyards. That's near homelessness.
I would definitely call that near homelessness. Yeah. If you don't know where your meal's coming from tonight, or where you're going to lay your head down at night, other than it's not something that you're paying a rent for, or if it's your friend, that's homelessness. That's what it is. Like if you're living in a motel, that's homelessness.
Right.
That is. I mean, that's really it is. If you don't have a place that you send your water bill to, or your Netflix bill to, whatever it is, besides your phone.
If you don't have a warm, safe, stable environment.
Yeah, that's homelessness. Yeah. And that's what we're talking about here is please, let's start seeing what we can do to fix this, to put yourself and your family or your individuals and like I said, this is a stand down, and yes, veteran kind of sponsored and led, but if you're in homeless or near homeless, or if you're couch surfing, or if you're literally living in the man camps or somewhere in between that,
right?
Please come, please join us. And I would offer this too, if you're just hearing about this and you're on the other side of the spectrum, you work in the service industry, right. You work on this, come join us too, and let's see where you can get involved to see because the Health Council and the stand down together with veterans, all these Many Hands, Food Not Bombs, all these organizations.
Food Not Bombs is going to help us do the food. I mean, because we're having the food brought in, but that we need the volunteers. Yes. So it's a lot more food, and we'll have to serve it. So we need to make sure that we have enough volunteers there.
But we'd love more people to get involved and be on that community side thing. So
right.
if you can help out on that, please reach out.
Yeah, and if we haven't talked to you and you provide a literal service, that'll work. Call us at 211. We probably can still find room to get you into the event. We're not doing a paper event. This is not, let's pass out flyers and tell them what they can do in the future. This is literally, you have to provide some kind of service that they can see now.
Soup to nuts type. You have something in hand, something tangible that we can offer at that moment. Basically.
Right. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
If volunteers, if you are working within the homeless population, please spread the word to them, because there's a lot out there that won't know that this is going on and that they need to kind of come into town to see this.
Or there is the distress factor. I mean, we are dealing with that a little bit. Oh, yeah, that they're just going to, and so you got to kind of,
right.
And let's face it, we live in this world that, ICE agents, everyone's afraid of that kind of stuff. And we want to kind of say, no. We're not rounding up people. We're not doing any of this stuff. We're just rounding up resources in one location. If we're rounding up anything, that's what we're doing. Allowing people that need it to come and take advantage of it at one centralized location. That's all we're trying to do.
That's all we're trying to do.
And it starts, again, this November 14th, which is what, Thursday? Thursday, yeah. I'm trying to. Today's the 10th. Right?
No, that's Friday.
It's Friday. Okay.
Sorry, Friday.
Friday.
You confused me.
Well, it's November 14th, whatever day of the week that falls on.
Friday, November 14th.
Pioneer Plaza, right here downtown, beginning at 11 a.m.
Right, 11 to 2.
And like you said, if you need documents for IDs, medical screenings, enrollment for like Medicare or any of those other types of programs, Narcan training and things, the dealing with the fentanyl overdoses and, the training on that, that's a lot in the homeless community and
right.
Understanding, saving lives and that type whatever, regardless your thoughts and feelings on Narcan, all it's saving lives and doing a lot of great stuff. And we need to make sure that everybody, kind of like how we all just know how to work like certain things in society. Like everyone should know how to work a phone. Everyone should know how to work a Narcan.
Yes, because fentanyl doesn't just affect the druggies, the bottom of the bottom. It could be grandma who has painkiller meds who forgot that she took some before, and there could be an accidental overdose. It could be somebody got into somebody's medicine. I mean, look at Albuquerque with that little kid that got into grandma's meds.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the fact that the hotel worker knew how to work Narcan, saved that baby's life.
Yeah. I mean, even as common as like law enforcement are dealing with a thing and getting to pockets and then they get it. And I mean, that's that fentanyl stuff is that deadly. You can accidentally get exposed to it in so many different ways.
And it's more than fentanyl because, I mean, it's
it does the heroin and all the.
Yeah, and painkillers, Oxy and
It's the stuff
Vicodin.
with that, whatever that. I'm not a doctor in any way, shape,
I'm
or
not
form.
either.
Whatever opiate that runs all that stuff, that's what it stops.
Yeah, that's what it's called, is the opioids.
The O word. They can make some of the goof pain, the googie juice, but anyway, everyone should at least be. It's like CPR. I think at least you should, you know what I mean, because you never know when you might have to bust out that skill training. But and obviously veteran services, flu shots, and that types of things. But also getting the Band-Aid immediate needs, a hot meal,
the hygiene kits to get them through the winter. So we'll have the beanies, the gloves, the socks,
warm clothes, socks. And folks, if you can donate these things, please reach out to, I know Food Not Bombs. You could call the Health Council 211.
Right. She
can tell you, say, hey, look, I've got socks, or I've got, and I'm telling you, for homeless, things like socks are a godsend. That's the biggest one. And I would even offer, if you can, go with like wool or socks that can get wet and still provide warmth. And I know wool's one of those substances. I think there's probably a few other materials you can use too. I'm not that genius. I just know wool's one of them. But find things that will keep them warm and but comfort too. You can get a little foofy, but think about it. Things that are designed to keep them warm when it's 32 degrees out or colder. Right. That's what we're thinking. And most of your heat comes out your head or your feet. So beanies and good socks are key for life and death sometimes, believe it or not.
And sometimes, they have to do a couple pairs of socks.
Absolutely.
Just because it's so cold.
So, do some shopping, if you'd like to help out. And then please reach out to 211 and Carrie will be absolutely happy to tell you where to direct that type of stuff too, because there will be someone.
Yeah, because I get calls all the time, with the food stamp situation, where can I donate food? Well, this is a good place to be able to send it.
Absolutely. Can I ask that too? If there's people dealing with the government shutdown stuff, is there going to be any kind of resources there for that? No. Or is this mostly veteran stuff too? Okay.
This is homeless or near homelessness.
Well, this government shutdown keeps up, they'll be in that category. I'm just saying. I
know. There's not enough resources to be able to do what is needed for that piece
and
to it.
There lies the big problem with everything. There's never enough we can do. It's just so much if you keep adding. But what about this? But that being said, if you are dealing with that type of stuff too, don't hesitate to call 211. I'm sure you can put them in touch with some people that might be able to steer them and say, hey, call these. I know it's a limited because unfortunately there's a lot of people in the same boat and not enough people able to help all of those people in that boat, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's we only have a small amount of resources here. And our needs are getting greater.
Yeah. But that being said, please reach out to things like Harvest Ministries and stuff. They're doing food baskets and things for people. And if
there will be, issue. They just did a food basket this past weekend, but there'll be some more Thanksgiving events coming up where you can get your stuff for your meals. And we'll start putting that out on our social media and sharing that so that way people can see that and have access to it.
Absolutely.
And that'll help with some of that, alleviating the food insecurity piece to it.
But please come out and join us here. Or if you're on the other side and you want to get more involved in supporting and helping resolve this problem, please join us this Thursday or this Friday, November 14th. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right downtown here in the Pioneer Plaza. It's the plaza with all the statues and everything right across from the courthouse lawn. Right. You can't miss it.
Yep. And then, you'll get the organizations, with many hands that is doing a lot of the outreach, 100% Chaves County, Food Not Bombs, and again, the Chaves County Together with Veterans.
Because they are looking for more volunteers, more resources. I know if you spend any time on social media, you've seen some of the struggles that some of these organizations are dealing with right now in terms of trying to just get to people and help people in the red tape of which it comes with it. So the more eyeballs, the more people, the more folks they have supporting and being a part of it at their disposal to help on this type of stuff.
It's we the people.
It's easier for them to do the good work they're trying to do on that. And you know what? There's a lot of crap being swirled around on Facebook. If you have a question about something, go to the horse's mouth. If there's something about food not bombs, you're like, what is going on? Ask them. I'll put you in touch with them. They'll be happy to tell you what they're doing and what's going on with it and all that type of stuff. And then you can separate the crap online versus what actually is happening on some of this stuff, because there's a whole lot of that in this world, and people inserting their opinions on things and what and again, it kind of gets to my point at the beginning, is we're trying to help people. We're not trying to help Democrats. We're not trying to help Republicans. We're not trying to help Christians. We're trying to help human beings.
People. None
of it matters about the rest of it.
Right.
And so we're not putting those bars in there, and we're asking you not to either. That's all we're saying.
Right.
Even though you're trying really hard to. Call 211 if you have any questions about anything. Is there? I know we're running out of time, but is there anything else other than the stand down event we want to make sure we cover?
No, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover.
Okay. And if you have any more questions about this, or if you are hearing and you're like, I get it. I want to get involved. Please call 211. That's the easiest one to let Carrie disseminate to where you need to who to talk to. But if you just kind of give her what you're proposing, and she will tell you exactly where you can be the most benefit, kind of thing.
Yeah, because this is just the beginning of the homeless piece to it, because we're doing the pit count this year.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another outreach to figure out how many homeless we have in the community.
And if you know what, if you're a veteran that, you know what, my food's good, everything's good, join us on Friday here and meet our Together with Veterans group. Maybe we can get you to be a part of it, because we're
the connections.
They want more veterans involved, because it's really a veteran-led, it's veterans trying to find out veterans' needs and putting a plan together to tackle those needs.
Yep.
And that's
See a need, fill a need, veteran style.
That's kind of what they do. So, did we get it all? Anything?
I think so.
Awesome. Carrie, thank you very much. As always, appreciate our visits and what you and all the various organizations you dabble with get to do. And thank you again. I know you didn't hear it because you were, but if you don't know, you saw those amazing Veterans Day posters honoring them. That's from the brain of Carrie Moore. So we do appreciate every year you bring our creative side to our events and all that too. So,
I try. Thank you.
Amongst the other stuff, when she's not knee deep in a thing of soup or something trying to help people, she's drawing. Thank you, Carrie.
With your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Thanks for joining us. A New Mexico veteran's letters from World War II have been recovered and now preserved. John Ray McCorkle was in the Reserve Officers Training Corps at then New Mexico A&M. He stayed to serve in the reserves after he graduated. In 1941, McCorkle was deployed to the Philippines as global tensions grew. He eventually became a captain. McCorkle's granddaughter, Julie Hester, recently discovered a trove of letters that McCorkle wrote home to his wife, Nellie, while he was stationed in the Philippines. John Ray McCorkle never made it home. His barracks bombed shortly after the Japanese invaded Pearl Harbor. The VFW post in Las Cruces is named in McCorkle's honor. And a reminder that the Chavez County Stand Down event to help the needy will be held in Pioneer Park on Friday. The event running from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's described as a community event dedicated to providing support, resources, and care for at-risk individuals, veterans, and others. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
When we visit our doctors, the one thing they can do to make you feel better immediately is to offer empathy. But what does it say about physicians when a slight majority of us now believe ChatGPT is more empathetic than our own doctor? I'm Kim Commando for NetSuite. AI is here, and companies using the right way are getting ahead. Download the free business guide, Demystifying AI, right now at netsuite.com/Kim. There are at least 15 new studies involving tens of thousands of patients who now believe that ChatGPT shows them more understanding and patience than their human doctors. ChatGPT-4 outperformed human clinicians in 9 separate studies for cancer care, thyroid conditions, mental health, autism, and general medical questions. When overextended doctors run hours behind as you sit waiting, then burst into an examining room, rush an exam, and then they're gone, It's no wonder why so many turn to ChatGPT with their medical questions. Sign up for my Christmas cash giveaway at getkim.com. Every business is asking the same question. How do we make AI work for us? The possibilities are endless, and guessing is too risky, but sitting on the sidelines is not an option. Your competitors are already making their move. This is exactly the kind of solution I'd turn to. With NetSuite by Oracle, you can put AI to work today. As the #1 AI cloud ERP, trusted by over 43,000 businesses, it brings your financials, inventory, commerce, HR, and CRM together into one single source of truth. That is what makes your AI smarter. It doesn't guess. It actually knows. It can intelligently automate tasks, deliver real insights, help you cut costs, and make AI-powered decisions fast. And this is not some add-on tool. It's AI built directly into the system that runs your business. Whether your company earns millions or hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you stay ahead of the pack. Right now, get their free business guide, Demystifying AI, at netsuite.com/Kim. The guide is free to you at netsuite.com/Kim. netsuite.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good for a while. We'll be sunny today and our afternoon high in the upper 70s. For the overnight hours, clear down 40. High pressure will hang out again on Thursday. Low to mid 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. For Friday, we're expecting sunny skies, and we're going up to about 80. Temperatures will stay very comfortable for the upcoming weekend with sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Still burning cash on posters that get tattered, tired, and tossed? Turn heads with vibrant LED posters from DSI. Plug and play with custom updatable graphics. Showcase a single showstopper or link several for a seamless video wall. For over 27 years, DSI has helped New Mexico businesses communicate smarter with printers, IT support, AV, and more. Ready to elevate your message and cut costs? Call 888-386-7834 or visit dsinm.com today.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. The All-Star Soccer Games are happening this weekend in Albuquerque. Of course, they do this right on the heels of the conclusion of the season, and that just happened a couple days ago. So we've got the red against green teams in both boys and girls soccer, and they'll all be played at the APS Soccer Complex. And in fact, they'll be played on adjacent fields next to each other. The guys start at noon, and the girls start at 12:30. And we do have a representative from the Goddard Rockets. If you've seen Goddard play, you probably already know who I'm talking about. Olivia Rosso, she'll be on the red team as a forward. Now, this is only for seniors. Olivia earned it. 34 goals in 20 games. Congratulations to Olivia Rosso. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, prowl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you could call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. That Do Right. Do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett. The longest federal government shutdown in U.S. history appears to be nearing an end, but not without leaving a mark on the already struggling economy. Economics writer Chris Rugaber says with federal workers missing at least 2 paychecks, less is being spent on normal consumer items.
So that means less spending on restaurant meals, less spending on travel, delayed purchases of larger things like cars or furniture. People are unlikely to spend on those large items when they don't have a paycheck.
Most of the lost economic activity will be recovered when the government reopens, as federal workers will receive back pay. But some canceled flights won't be retaken, missed restaurant meals won't be made up, and some postponed purchases will end up not happening at all. Most U.S. stocks rose and carried the market back to where it was before last week's swoon. The S&P added 0.2% Tuesday. The Dow Jones rallied to 1.2% for a record. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bertie Bennett in Washington.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. We're closing in on 8 o'clock. Time for Town Hall News, and we'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Chris DeGaulle is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. In its 43rd day, the government shutdown could soon end. Today, the House is expected to vote on a bill to reopen the government, sending the measure to President Trump for his signature. They did their duty, and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says they deserve a reward.
The air traffic controllers who didn't miss a day, they came for every scheduled shift that they had, they should get a bonus. Now, I don't know how many there are going to be. We have to do that analysis. But I'm aligned with the president. We are going to pay them a bonus, and it'll be $10,000. Depending on how many we have, they should come to the White House, and he should present them with their checks.
Airlines have canceled more than 9,000 flights across the country since the FAA ordered flight reductions late last week. And the pace of airline ticket sales for Thanksgiving travel has slowed as would-be flyers reconsider their plans. Overruling lower courts, the Supreme Court has extended an order that blocks full SNAP food aid payments. Lower courts ordered the administration to pay 100% of the benefits, but Congress has yet to allocate funds to do so. So the Supreme Court has, in effect, decided to allow the legislative process to run its course. It's been a frigid winter so far, even though winter has yet to officially arrive.
We actually had quite a few records that were actually broken in terms of for cold temperatures. So like record low temperatures for the daily. And a lot of them are situated across the southeast, especially Florida, the central Gulf Coast, and then into portions of the lake. From basically Mississippi eastward, there were a fair amount of areas that broke some records.
Scott Kleebauer at the National Weather Service. On Wall Street, the Dow off to a strong start. The blue chip index is up 401 points, and the NASDAQ is down 64. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Pakistan has launched an investigation of this week's suicide bombing outside an Islamabad district court, left 12 people dead. The bombing underscores challenges facing the government as it struggles with terrorist attacks, border tension, and a fragile ceasefire with Afghanistan. The attack at the court on the edge of the city and next to a residential area also raised alarms that despite multiple operations by the security forces to crush the terrorists, they are still able to mount high-profile bombings in the Pakistani capital. Forensic teams and police have been combing through debris at the site of the explosion. Turkey's defense minister says all 20 personnel on board a military cargo plane that crashed in the country of Georgia have died. The C-130 plane took off from Azerbaijan. The cause of the crash under investigation. A Turkish accident investigation team reached the site earlier today to inspect the wreckage. News and analysis, townhall.com. There are 15 and there are 30-year mortgages. Well, now the administration is talking about the possibility of a 50-year home loan.
Critics contend it will not solve issues like supply shortages and high interest rates. However, Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte calls it a game changer for home buyers. A 50-year mortgage would lower a borrower's monthly payments, of course, but it could dramatically increase their total interest paid. It would also delay equity accumulation compared to a 30-year mortgage. Jason Walker reporting.
A Virginia transportation security officer is suing the federal government, accusing the Department of Homeland Security of sex discrimination over a policy that bars transgender officers from performing security pat-downs. The Transportation Security Administration enacted the policy 9 months ago. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2
Von Boos
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy, oh so happy Wednesday to you.
Indeed, happy Wednesday.
Yeah.
Welcome to the middle of the week.
Sunny out.
Beautiful out there. Speaking of beautiful out there, I'm not sure if you browsed the socials last evening.
I do browse.
The
Northern Lights.
There were some beautiful pictures of the Northern Lights coming in last night. Some pictures and videos, and
they were. And
a lot of
my wife, I ain't gonna lie, dragged me out around 8 o'clock.
Right.
I ain't seen anything out there.
Well, where did you go?
About 15 feet from my house.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're like right next to the hospital and in like that well-lit area.
This is what I tried to explain to my wife.
Light pollution.
I agree. But my wife wanted to go out there. So I was in my jammies, man.
I think that I'm kind of torn because it's wrestling night. So I might do wrestling. And then I think I might head up towards like the Bottomless area.
Okay.
Like up that hill, because I feel like
Bottomless, I was.
It was that time of night.
I was Donald Ducking it. I mean, what do you mean?
I don't know about the Northern Lights, but these Southern Lights were lit.
I'm joking.
But
I had pants.
But no, they're saying the same thing tonight. They're saying it's round 2. I was actually just looking at a map, and as far down as like southern Mexico, they're saying visibility is going to be good for the Northern Lights, and that includes our area. So
all right, well,
I think this.
What's the window?
It says expectations for an intense geomagnetic storm are high. The map below showcases the resolution 10 p.m. Eastern, so 8 p.m. our time. So you actually were out right around the perfect time.
Yeah.
But we got clear skies tonight. Supposedly.
Like, how many days can we see this?
I think it's just for the next, few days. It's, from what I gather, it's a geomagnetic storm. I gather that from what I literally just read.
Now I'm an expert.
Well, no, this happened a couple of years ago too.
Yeah.
It might have been last year. This year has been 17 years, but I remember either a year ago or a couple of years ago, people were posting pictures as far south as like here, the Vaughan area of the Northern Lights, and you just have to get out to an area where light pollution isn't going to be a factor.
Right. Well, and here's as much as I get into things and research and do, like Civil War things, when it comes to like the stars, I'm the complete opposite. I'm I look up and I'm like, ooh, pretty stars. I get it. But as far as the history and the science, I could care less. One of
my favorite memories is I had a friend who had just downloaded and discovered the app that you can anywhere you can point and it'll show you the constellations. Like even at the ground, it'll show you the ones down south of us, or in the other hemisphere or whatever. And they were just it was 45 minutes of just pure fascination. I feel like that's where the dog star is, and then them being able to find things they'd never seen before because we live in an urban area, and light pollution once again creates a problem.
Well, but I've always, like, for me, my interest in all that is just, I think it's been since I was a kid. Like, even when when they bust out the star charts and all, I just didn't have and I grew up as a child right when the Halley's Comets thing was going on. So I remember looking, and at the end of the day, I look and I'm like, this is what we're waiting for. I mean, I was like, it wasn't.
I can understand.
It just didn't grab my interest. I don't know
being
why.
into the science of it, but if you're there's a spot I can't remember. I think it's like 5.5 or 5 hours and 45 minutes from here. Yeah, that's supposedly the darkest area in the southern half of the United States. Okay, that's like the best viewing for stars in this part of the country, and that's the thing of it that I can enjoy and take in is when you can look up and just see like the curvature of like what the Milky Way would be, that kind of stuff fascinates me. It's not even the science of it. It's just it's pretty,
and I can relate and appreciate and even do, the one with nature. Go out there and lay under the stars,
right?
But it's the talking. And then it's the equipment. I'm like, I don't want any of that.
Right.
I just want to look up and say, yeah, pretty stars, man. I don't need, well, that's just Cassiopeia with I don't care. I just don't care.
Yeah, it is kind of, that's the thing is I think you've been to too many like symposiums or something that you've been to too many situations where you're like, I just want to take in the beauty. Right. I don't need to know the history.
I don't need you talking to me. I don't need any, I just want to sit up and say, ooh, cool.
That's an old Rodney Dangerfield bit where he says, he's sitting at a table, he goes, sees a sign that says, the fish that on your plate today spent the night in Chesapeake Bay. It's like, I don't even know where he spent the night, who he spent the night with, or what they did when they were there.
Although, fast forward 2025, I thank you. That's a real fish,
right?
And it came out of that water right there today. That's gold.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's as far as
I get you.
The star thing is one thing, but then the Northern Lights, and that's the thing is they're not going to be that. I don't think it's going to be that instantaneous change of colors like you get when you go way north.
Right.
But at the same time, if you got like a camera with like slow exposure,
sure,
you could get some really cool shots.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate all that. I just, I don't know. It's just not my thing. It's, you know what? And you were talking about the fish thing, and it reminds me, it's the same thing with fine cuisine and all the when they bougie it all up and like you. I didn't work in kitchens. I worked as a busboy for like a year once in a thing, but sure that I've stayed out of restaurants. I mean, I baked bagels, but I never worked like the Bear and those types, where they get all. And I watch those shows. And I love those shows, but at the end of the day, I'm like, y'all are doing this to make this is all so dumb to me.
I will say this.
Yeah.
And I love watching culinary like YouTube videos and stuff like that, but the idea of the Michelin star system is ridiculous to me because these amazing like world-renowned chefs work and strive and aspire to get a star from a tire company. Like, if you really break down what the Michelin star system is, back in years ago, the Michelin Tire Company wanted to sell more tires. So they said, well, now that America's taken road trips, let's go out and find the restaurants that are worth taking the road trip so that people wear their tires out and buy more tires. And that's where we got the Michelin star program. And that's what drove Anthony Bourdain to an early grave, you know?
I appreciate their work, but yeah, you know what? And this is because, I'm like most people. I grew up eating cheeseburgers and McDonald's, and I'm just equally delighted by the taste of that as someone saying, well, this is a pan-seared duck from this. And
watch me instantly contradict myself.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, on my bucket list, there's this place that's like offshore that's got like 4 Michelin stars.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is everything they serve it's like a pescatarian menu, so it's like fish and veg and vegetation.
Sure.
But it all comes from within like a 3-mile radius of this like capsule that's just floating in the ocean.
Okay.
And part of it is underwater, and it's like a whole experience. Like there's one dish where like you have to put headphones on, so that you can like hear something, listen to something while you're eating it. And it's sort of a.
Now, if you want to create a food Disney World, I'm fine with that. But
But those dishes, and I definitely want to try them. It always drives me nuts because it's like, you pick it up and it's like, well, okay, there's the one bite. I'm done.
Right.
It's the best bite I've ever had in my life, but it's just the one bite.
I'm a gluttonous American.
Right. I need to reach in and grab a handful of something.
If I love it, I want to eat it till I roll around the floor in pain.
Yes. I went to a place yesterday. Shout out to the Crossroads restaurant.
Yeah.
And I thought that I was walking out. I was like, "You guys need a sign that just says you're gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt when you leave, but it's a good hurt."
That's right. You know what? Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna do it anyway. That's what we do.
Right.
And that's my problem. It's like, you did hit me all this work, but you didn't leave me but a swallow in the container.
All right. I admire truth in advertising.
Yeah.
If you could tell me that there was, I can't remember what show it was, but the sign was like just for a restaurant.
Yeah.
And the sign said, "Your hands will smell like food." And I'm like, I know that experience. We're like, I know this was a good meal because my hands smell like food.
I got to go dig up that Dudley Moore movie. What was it called? Crazy People? What was the name of it? Where Dudley Moore's a marketing guy, and he ends up kind of going over the edge mentally, and he ends up in a mental hospital. But then he turns all the patients with him
an ad
agency, and it's the truth in advertising, and some of the marketing campaigns, like they had like grab and go things at the grocery store next to the laxatives. Yes, I want to poop, and there's other better ones that are not radio friendly.
Crazy people.
Yeah,
and that's we've talked about it before.
I know we have. It's just been a minute since I've seen that movie, and I'm like, I think I need to watch that again. I don't know where in the world I can find it, but I'm sure it's on some service somewhere, Freevee or
great question.
Probably on Freevee or somewhere.
Well, it was up for a second until my AI.
I'm not paying for it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's better.
You can watch it on YouTube. Well, it requires an add-on. Google TV, Apple TV. Well, from $3.99. So it's you got to rent it pretty much everywhere. But it's $3.79.
Oh,
it's only $3.79, and look at all you get.
I'll find a bootleg version on YouTube.
It's like I'm watching commercials in Iranian.
I ain't willing to pay for it. So, all right, let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you update the weather and all that here in just a few. And then joining us in studio will be Nancy Fleming from the Miniatures and Curious Collections Museum and Miranda Howe from Bone Springs Art Space, talking about it starts off this weekend, starts off with the Bizarre Bazaar.
Ooh.
I'm going to enunciate a little bit.
Bizarre Bazaar. Right.
And then...
a bazaar of the bizarre, if you will.
And then it rolls into the holiday showcase at both locations. I'll let you figure out which one's where. I'd be curious what your answers are. Wink, wink. All right. And so they'll join us here in just a bit. And, of course, we'll have all of your other features and what have you, too. But first, let's get you up to date on the weather.
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good for a while. We'll be sunny today and our afternoon high in the upper 70s. For the overnight hours, clear down to 40. High pressure will hang out again on Thursday. Low to mid 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. For Friday, we're expecting sunny skies, and we're going up to about 80. Temperatures will stay very comfortable for the upcoming weekend with sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 48 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 34%. Winds currently out of the north at 6 miles per hour. Another nice day today, upper 70s, sunny and 77 with north winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear. Expect an overnight low of 41 degrees. Winds shall be calm. They shall be calm. For Thursday, mostly sunny, 81 for a high tomorrow. Winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 42 degrees. Southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Then getting into, we'll call Friday the weekend because it feels like it, even though it's not. Sunny on Friday, high of 82. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, of course, don't forget, we got Roswell Coyote playoff football. If you're heading out to the Wool Bowl, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 45. By the way, we'll have that game for you on the radio right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Saturday, sunny skies and 81. So if you're heading to Lovington for the Goddard playoff matchup against the Wildcats, there should be good weather there. By the way, we'll also have that for you right here, radio only, right here at 12:30 pregame kickoff at 1 p.m. right here on 106.5. So right here. And then Monday, sunny skies and 71, or excuse me, Sunday, sunny and 76. Monday, sunny and 71. So, and then it kind of progressively gets cooler after Saturday. Like I said, 76 Sunday, 71 Monday, 68 on Tuesday is what they're saying at the moment. So we'll see. All right. It is 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we will talk with Nancy Fleming and Miranda Howe, talking about the Bizarre Bazaar and Winter Showcase coming up with Bone Springs and Miniatures and Curious Collection Museum. That's up next. Don't go away.
All right, Mr. Gobbles, it's that time of year again. Got any last requests? What? You want a smoking deal on a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle? Mucho dinero for your trade? And your credit pardoned? Well, you're going to have to go to Roswell Ford.
Hey, Roswell Ford is talking real turkey with our most aggressive offers in more than 5 years. Right now, get massive savings on new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles with 0% financing and no payments till February 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, worried that your credit is a little foul? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Zero APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand financed. Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
This is Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental. And we want you to know that we stay on the cutting edge with the latest technology and treatment options. Because your smile deserves the very best. Our highly trained team is proud to offer sedation dentistry for every dental need, giving you a comfortable and stress-free experience every time. Discover advanced and modern dentistry personalized just for you, only here at Carabelli Dental.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main, or call 575-622-4455.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Miniatures and Curious Collections Museum, Nancy Fleming back with us, and from the Bone Springs Art Space, we also have Miranda Howe with us in studio this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Oh, cheery and bright. It's a nice change. I feel all droll this morning, so nice. So good morning, and of course, we've got a busy, couple weeks, but starting this weekend, like you said, this is it's so big it cannot stay in one building. And so,
well, it's two different concepts. It's
Yeah.
2 different ideas, and so it's a complementary.
It's complementary events,
Yes,
but we're
events.
just going to kind of spin it into one big event because once you're at one, you're going to want to meander on over to the other one.
That's right. Give the community a real reason to get out and go shopping.
Absolutely, and of course, and I'm going to give advice that I never take myself right now. I'm a procrastinator's procrastinator when it comes to holiday shopping, and so I'm usually December 22nd. Yeah, maybe I better start looking at a list here. That's kind of how I roll. But that being said, you really should be starting pre-Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Well, you need to start at the things where you can find unique gifts.
Yeah. Yes.
Because this is what you're not going to find
on December
anywhere
23rd.
else.
And the earlier you get in, the better pick you've got.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And that's great. Of course, I keep being very cryptic on this. What we're talking about here is beginning this weekend, there's going to be 2 big events all kind of tied together. Happening at the Miniatures and Curious Collections Museum will be the Bizarre Bazaar.
Correct. This is actually the 3rd permeation of the Bizarre Bazaar.
Yes.
Which started as an idea of Michael Beats and Masha Shah, 2 artists who had met a lot of the community artists who, young, up and coming, didn't show their work anywhere. And so a couple years ago, about 3 years ago, we had the first Bizarre Bazaar at the Anderson Museum, kind of a pop-up bohemian table and chair, show your stuff, sell it. And then we had
what you created.
That's right. So then our second permutation was in the sidewalk of the Miniature Museum like a year and a half ago. And weather is always a little bit of a tricky thing.
It can be fickle.
Again, that was kind of a fun permutation. And so now the Miniatures and Curious Collections Museum is hosting the 3rd.
It just full on integrated into the very good. Well, peel back the curtain. I think based off weather, I think we're going to be okay for this week.
I know, we're so
going to be beautiful.
so glad.
But then as combined kind of, and melding of the minds here a little bit, the Bone Springs Art Space is having their winter showcases, which is your opportunity to get kind of, and if I'm oversimplifying this, please tell me, basically a mall of collective art of local artists, and they're featuring their works, and it's like a one-stop shop for you to kind of roll through. Only thing we're missing, I guess, is probably an orange Julius and a corn dog.
There will be beverages.
Pizza.
So how the Winter Showcase originated was really trying to meet a need and fill the gap that was created by the artisan market that the Roswell Museum would normally host.
Yes, okay.
And so that was always a juried art show.
Okay.
So like you said, a collection of artists that have been juried in and accepted to be part of the artisan market. And with the loss of the museum, there was a need for the artists to have a space to show and sell their work, but also the community to be able to purchase handmade, local, original, one-of-a-kind gifts
the
for
unique
people.
stuff that people really treasure at the end of the day. So by you're filling the void by creating a space. That's deep right there.
I like it. Good wording. Well, and on that same line, we want to talk about the wreaths.
Yes.
There are 2 wreaths that have been created by Jessica Parham of the Roswell Museum. That are filled with artisan-made ornaments.
So it's like a thing within a thing.
That's right. That's right. And we're going to raffle these wreaths for the Roswell Museum's Relief Fund.
Very
and
cool.
we're going to have tickets on sale at both locations and on sale all the way until the drawing, which is going to be on Small Business Saturday.
And then I'm assuming all the proceeds go back to the restoration
Roswell
to the museum.
Museum's recovery efforts.
Get those doors back open and get that art back home where it belongs.
Correct.
And
so
obviously cleaned up, fixed up, and everything. And
absolutely.
That's all happening right now in places all around the country.
All behind the scenes. Things are moving forward.
So we want people, even if you don't want to shop, you can come and buy a raffle ticket.
Well, and here's the thing. Yes, I hope, if you can, you're like, okay, I've got certain people on the list that I know, or just, but this is one of those events where you're going to come in there and you'll be like, I didn't realize I needed that. I didn't know how much I wanted, and this is going to be one, and it's a splurge event. And I really, because at the end of the day, it's all one of a, you really don't know what to go for. You're just you got to kind of go in with an open mind and say, hey, art would be a great gift. I don't know, could be a painting, could be a sculpture. We'll find out together.
Right. We'll have a little of so many different media.
Yeah.
Photography, textile, painting, jewelry, pottery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be wonderful.
Absolutely. And, of course, I was joking about the orange Julius. Please come a little hungry. There will be, probably much like the art you'll see, some treats for your stomach that are equally as artistic.
That's right. We're going to have a hot chocolate bar and
While supplies last. And the miniature museum is open, obviously, then later hours on that Friday, because we do have a lot of people who periodically say, I can never make it to your museum because you're closed. So, of course, we will be open till 8 o'clock on that Friday night. So
ask and we shall listen and receive.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, if you've never been into the Miniatures and Curious Collections Museum, plan a little extra time, because there is so much to see even outside of the bazaar exhibit here. There's and to be honest, if it's been a minute since you've been in there, every time you go in, because it's constantly evolving and changing, and as it exhibits, come out, change, and different focuses and things like that. So every time you go once every few months, it's a different experience every time. So so come check out. So hang out a minute while you're in there looking at the bazaar, and check out the other curious and miniature things, and then I'll let you decide: is it more miniature or more curious?
Technically, we actually have more miniatures than the Curious Collections, but that's okay because I have to rotate my space more often.
I could say there's going to be exhibits that fall into the both. That's small and curiously interesting. Yes. And then, of course, for folks, while you're shopping at the Winter Showcase over at Bone Springs, come there. It's an art collective community. If you want to be better at art and learn about art, there's always workshops and events and things that are happening for all ages, from adults to children to in between.
Yep, there are classes, there are gift certificates available. That's a great gift to purchase. And if you're not into that, the building itself is a renovated historic warehouse.
Exactly.
It was an old Conoco oil company that still has a working elevator.
And a scale in the floor.
So,
I love it.
Yeah, it is a unique space with a great history and a rich history that is steeped in local Roswell history. And so, and it kind of fits too with like the transition, that area around you that they're doing now kind of rehabbing the railroad district and all. So it kind of ties right in with all of that.
We're very excited about that.
Yeah. So please hope you can make some plans to attend starting this weekend. The Bazaar will be this weekend. Good news is the Holiday Showcase does continue on for another 2 weeks.
So we can go through
Actually, it continues all the way till December 23rd.
Okay, so right up to guys like me start thinking.
That's
time
right.
to start
So you're procrastinators, so I've still got something for you.
Okay, good.
Right. So to reiterate, on Friday, this Friday.
Yes.
From 4 to 8 p.m.
Yes.
The Bazaar will be happening at the Miniatures and Curious Collections Museum, 320 North Richardson.
Yes. With extended hours at the museum. So if you've always been missing by this much, you can come on down here.
And the Winter Showcase will be up at Bone Springs Art Space from 4 to 8 as well.
Yeah.
Then on Saturday, the Bazaar continues from 10 to 5. And on Sunday from noon to 5.
Okay.
And same hours at
Winter Showcase.
Okay.
Then after that, just go to Bone Springs, and it will be open, like she said, from till December 23rd, Wednesdays through Saturdays, 10 to 4.
Perfect. And but like you had mentioned, Miranda, at the very beginning, the earlier. Like if you've got a certain thing in mind, or you're kind of like, oh, I know so and so is going to be there. They have these. I want that. You might want to come this weekend.
That's right.
Versus now, that being said, I'm pretty sure many of the artists and artisans have, they got backup supplies, and they're going to keep a great selection. Yeah. But if you're looking for something unique and you're thinking, and by the way, if they don't have it out immediately, they'll be like, I know you do this thing. Oh, it's in the reserves. Let me pull it out for you, kind of thing. But the earlier you come this weekend, you got a better chance of getting what you want that way.
Right.
That being said, if you're going in with no earthly idea what you're looking for, you're just like, I want something unique, cool, and local, and handmade, then you're going to find a great selection, which means come early and then bring some more friends like a week from now and see what the whole different set. And that's another thing too, is it may look completely different a week from now, because it might just be all.
We hope it does.
That's exactly, that's the idea. So this is kind of an event where you might want to catch it early, but don't sleep on. You might want to be back again another week or two, depending on how big your shopping list is and everything.
Right.
That kind of.
And
thing.
we didn't mention the address of Bone Springs is 212 East Walnut.
Yes, yeah,
So
it's right kind of downtown here.
That's right.
Just behind Mays Lumber Company.
And then if you could throw a rock about 3 blocks to the west, I guess you'd find the miniatures.
That's right. And check out our window display.
Yes.
We have a really glorious glass display of our glass, and our sign lights up now too, which
Very
is super
good.
great. Thanks to Josh.
Good deal.
So yay!
Does do you when you curate a museum like this, like does it? Because I know there's a whole science to the art. Does it? Do you kind of tie, like, okay, we're in the winter now. I need to. Kind of turn my exhibits to that kind of theme. Like, I'm just was curious how that concept works. How the sausage is made on that.
Okay, here is my sausage.
Gotcha.
No, I have more than 250 collections in at least 25 themes.
Okay.
That's expanding every day.
Gotcha.
What that means is that, like, objects that I already know I have. Like when we had our bird show, there were glass birds in there. And I knew I was going to have a glass show someday. So those went into a box that said glass birds. Now that we have the glass show, Glorious Glass, we've got everything from lab glass to colored glass to marbles and paperweights.
Okay.
And these are objects
Glass eyes.
Well, almost. I have the glass troughs that you helped to, in the old days.
The eye cleaner.
Glasses. I have some of those.
Oh, cool.
But I had a point to this. Oh, yeah. Long story short, you ask about timing.
Yes.
So my show after Glorious Glass, which will be probably next after our Valentine's our Valentine's exhibit, Valentine making workshop. Triple up. Okay, I will change it out, and because it's the 250th birthday of America, I am going to do our 50 states from plate to plate.
Oh, cool.
So that will celebrate the 250th
birthday
of America, and it will be everything from license plates to state tchotchke to puzzles to blah, blah, blah. So
well, and this is going to hit different for people my age, our age, that kind of grew up in the Gone with the Wind plates and like the collectibles over the years. Like you'd see the commercials on TV and your Civil War chess set, those, like it's so much in that. And the state coins and just, to me, that just reeks of childhood to me.
Well, the goal is to make it more of a installation than just like I'm going to look like a shopping experience.
Sure.
So it's taking the antique, the vintage, the current, and melding them together in such a way that it's just a celebration of objects, of items, of collected things, and putting it together so it's just visually exciting. So
it's much more high class than I'm comparing it to. It's just that when I think of plates, and I think I grew up in the era of that was a very popular thing at the time.
And the miniature museum has a lot of those.
Well, keychains. Well, the funny thing is I don't know what a show is going to look like until I get all of the boxes and all of the things out of the boxes that have a state name.
Sure.
So I don't know how many states I have, and I don't know how many
We'll
state
find
plates.
out together.
We're gonna find out.
But that
It's
also
gonna
probably
be
inspires
fun.
you too. It's like,
Totally.
I'm missing Arkansas.
That's right.
The quest is now Arkansas.
And you think it might be Alaska and Hawaii, but I think I do have some of those.
You got them?
And then Nancy has a little passel of people that every time we go to a garage sale, there's Arkansas! Yes!
Yeah, my person professional shoppers, I call them. But yeah, we have so many collections, but we continually find more. We even, like a year ago, there was an estate sale that the woman had collected roadrunners. We got all the roadrunners. So it was like, yay, the next time we have birds, we can have more roadrunners than ever, or just have a roadrunner show.
Nice.
So we never say no to donated objects.
I got a feeling Nancy really liked playing McDonald's Monopoly game. But she was like, let's go get cheeseburger. I'm only missing one more piece.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Someday I will. One of the themes is games and game pieces. Oh,
that would be that's a rabbit hole.
I'm going to
you
make
might
an
not come
aquarium out of battleship boards, and
cool.
they'll go
Which-
fish.
Timely thing. In case you have not heard, Battleship was recently named into the Toy Hall of Fame. They're listed a couple of games, but Battleship was just announced a couple days ago.
Oh,
here.
good, as it should be.
Yeah,
there you go.
Battleship is now in the Toy Hall of Fame here.
Very good. Very good.
And so, Miranda, at Bone Springs, how's that process go with kind of keeping a collection of artists that are kind of always on to, is that a constant where you want to evolve? Because you always want to keep, I'm sure you want to walk in there. It's like, look, I want as many different forms of art as possible. And, whether it's functional art to jewelry to something you hang on a wall.
Yeah.
How do you juggle that?
Well, so year round, I have a gift shop, and I have about 15 different artists that I carry. And so they're always restocking me with new work.
Okay.
And so it's modern, contemporary pottery, all different jewelry, metals.
Gotcha.
And then in the gallery space, I put on about 4 rotating exhibitions every year.
Okay.
And so they're either solo shows or group shows, and they stay up for about 3 months at a time.
Gotcha.
And those exhibitions really draw the arts community together for the art reception and being able to visit with the artists
Gotcha.
and see the new show.
Sure.
And so there's always something in the gallery when people walk in that are visitors, along with the gift shop.
Sure.
And yeah.
I would also think, too, because this also creates a think tank of artists in some way, shape, or form. And what I mean by that is, yes, each of these artists specialize in their own medium of art, but I imagine they talk, they inspire each other. Like, look what they did on this glaze with this thing. I could recreate that in this form here. I imagine you see a lot of evolution of art just because you just have a bunch of creative thinkers hanging out in one room at the same time.
You definitely do, and especially during the pottery classes that I teach, which is another gap that Bone Springs is able to fill for the Roswell Museum, is they have always had a wonderful ceramic program.
Sure.
And so I'm taking some of that on, and to have those potters in the same space, we're comparing glaze notes, we're there's always something that goes wrong with a kiln firing with glaze. And so, we're always
Last week some guy run out his hair on fire. I was kidding.
So there's a wonderful exchange of ideas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I also think it just creates that, because art is one of, and regardless of the form of art, food art, all art, is that, you got to learn the rules to break the rules. You know what I mean? It's like, once you learn, what you can do, then that's when people start, mixing eggs here and making
step out of it.
And so I just think by nature, it just creates more of that a little bit when you
it
get
creates
that.
our culture in a way, because, the people who are going above, thinking outside the box, creating things that, like haute couture, eventually works its way down to the textiles that we wear every day.
Yeah.
It advances the look and the feel of things. And we may not all wear haute couture, but, the way that our collars or style comes from somebody's idea.
Yeah.
So it's like we love ideas.
Absolutely. Although now that you're talking about the fashion side of things, and I'm thinking, who inspired them collars in the 70s? those things got so big that they got in the way of functionality at some point.
But it made that culture. That made it an era.
Absolutely.
That made a style, and it'll come back.
And every decade has its own, because fast forward 10 years and women look like linebackers because they hit shoulder pads and
that was kind of crazy.
In their coats and jackets, and they look like they look like they're about to suit up for a football team.
That's right.
But come this weekend. Come out to the Bazaar and Winter Showcase. It all starts here on Friday.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. If your Friday gets busy, maybe hit one and then catch another one on Saturday. No big deal here either way. But for, like you said, for all those folks that have been itching to hit the Miniatures and Curious Collection Museum and just keep missing the closing by that much, this Friday, extended hours through 8 o'clock, so you can come and enjoy it. You can even go get dinner first and then come and enjoy the museum afterwards if you'd like here. And then of course, head on over to the Bone Springs Art Space. Come see by far the most unique art and stuff available throughout Southeast New Mexico at the Winter Showcase here. And like I said, it'll start this weekend, but that will continue on through December 23rd here. The Bazaar you've got this weekend only.
Weekend only.
This weekend only to take advantage of it.
Artists with their tables and chairs and their stuff.
Absolutely.
Wonderful stuff.
And come bring a friend. And to be honest, the weather's good. I think temperature-wise, Sunday's I think it's dipping a little bit, but Saturday and Friday here, weather should be fine and dandy if you're.
It'll be a lovely time to get out and about.
Yeah, and get some.
Yeah.
And of course, if you just love art and want to get better at it, come by both places. I mean, come hit them all.
Be inspired.
But come visit the Bone Springs Art Space and come learn about the different classes and different workshops that are coming up here in the coming months, and start making connections in the community here. And who knows, we can turn them stick figures into beautiful pieces of art here.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Nothing wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with a stick figure. You incorporate it. I've seen. I would imagine there's been a stick figure art at some point hanging in the Anderson Museum. I would bet dollars to donuts at some point there was.
Yes. But it wasn't your regular stick figure.
Oh, I'm sure it was on steroids. If anybody has any questions or wants more information about either of those, give out the best ways to get a hold of Bone Springs and, of course, the Miniatures Museum.
Yeah.
So at Bone Springs, you can call 575-208-0916.
Okay.
Or you can go to my website at bonespringsartspace.org.
Yep. And, of course, I know you can always get on the Facebookers for that and look up either one, and it'll pop right up there.
Oh, yeah. Too. Our website has all the information about the sales. And we are open on Thursday, the Miniature Museum, from 10 to 4.
Yeah.
So, and Friday from
Do you
10
guys
to
have
8
a phone number they can call if they have any questions?
Oh, we sure do, but do I know it?
Do you never call it? I do not. Therefore, I do not know it.
But they can call me. Here you go, 575-624-2718.
And I'm pretty sure if you go to the Miniatures and Curious Collections, type that in, maybe
it just pops up.
It should pop right up, and I bet there's a phone number right on there in the website and all that.
It's 208 something.
Yeah. And don't do the mistake I do, because in my head, I keep wanting to say curiosities.
Yes, and that's okay. Our volunteers call it all sorts of different things.
The little things and small stuff museum, the oddities.
I know. And I don't have the two-headed cow yet. So I can't say curiosity quite yet.
Well, and again, old Ripley has trained us into this whole Ripley's Believe It or Not mindset, and so they, which it's where yes, you share a bit of that, but you don't go to the bazaar like you don't have shrunken, you know what I mean? Nothing hairy, nothing. You know what I mean?
No, the bazaar is not
the tallest
necessarily
man in the world's toe.
Yeah,
like Ripley would have,
Yeah, it's not necessarily bizarre, except that I don't know what the people are bringing, so maybe the artist will have something that's had bizarre.
Well,
that'll be
just
fine.
It's not things you're going to see every day. It's things that are just like, huh. I would have never thought to do that way or do that.
And I like it, and I want to buy it and bring it home.
And that's the beauty of it. It's kind of like you were talking about the glass. I mean, you hit most people, and you mean like on your forehead, glass. I mean, and you're like, no, there's a whole world of glass, and I mean,
I have stretched bottles.
Right? Yeah.
In uranium glass.
Yes, it's glowing. People come see my glowing glass.
Ooh, don't eat it.
No, it is not harmful. It is not.
Yeah, but you shouldn't eat glass. I learned that a long time ago.
The dentist might want you to eat
You know
them.
what? But of course, the esophagus doctor might want to do it too. But well, let's end this before they really falls off.
Going south.
And we should have ended it a minute ago. But please join us. Come be a part. Come out this weekend, and like I said, and if you got a very limited time, we do have a much more smaller space or window to do it at the Miniatures Museum. So maybe prioritize that but you will have really pretty much through Christmas to really come and enjoy the entire winter showcase.
Buy those wreath
at Bones.
tickets.
Yeah, and please get the
please.
Because the more we get on that, the more money raised till we can get. It's again, this is one of those things that we talk about with our city and all that. They've got big fish to fry right now with a lot of resources. Unfortunately, things that are very important for the art and culture of a community don't take the priority that things like streets and toilets and water lines do. So it's going to be, the onus is on we, the public, to make sure the money's raised, the effort, the work is done to get that museum back to where it needs to be. So by you supporting this wreath drawing, you are definitely helping that. And to be honest, while you're there, talk to some people, find out there's other ways you can get involved. If you do have a passion for this and you're like, we need to get this museum back sooner rather than later, come to either museum or I say museum, art studio, art space, and talk to the folks there. There's a lot of people that can definitely plug you in on how to get more involved in helping the Roswell Museum and getting it back on its feet here. So
absolutely,
good deal. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Good to be here.
And we'll see you next time. And we'll keep reminding folks to say, hey, don't forget it's. 2 weeks from now, it's like, and procrastinators, it goes on to there. So you'll even find, and that way you won't even look like you procrastinated. It could be like, there's no way they got this last night. Most of the things I get, usually you can find on the checkout section at a gas station. But thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone.
All right, it is 8:50. Let us pause for local news. There's going to be some weather and commercials in there, I promise. What order? We'll find out together. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Thanks for joining us. A New Mexico veteran's letters from World War II have been recovered and now preserved. John Ray McCorkle was in the Reserve Officers Training Corps at then New Mexico A&M. He stayed to serve in the reserves after he graduated. In 1941, McCorkle was deployed to the Philippines as global tensions grew. He eventually became a captain. McCorkle's granddaughter, Julie Hester, recently discovered a trove of letters that McCorkle wrote home to his wife, Nellie, while he was stationed in the Philippines. John Ray McCorkle never made it home. His barracks bombed shortly after the Japanese invaded Pearl Harbor. The VFW post in Las Cruces is named in McCorkle's honor. And a reminder that the Chavez County Stand Down event to help the needy will be held in Pioneer Park on Friday. The event running from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's described as a community event dedicated to providing support, resources, and care for at-risk individuals, veterans, and others. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The All-Star Soccer Games are happening this weekend in Albuquerque. Of course, they do this right on the heels of the conclusion of the season, and that just happened a couple days ago. So we've got the red against green teams in both boys and girls soccer, and they'll all be played at the APS Soccer Complex. And in fact, they'll be played on adjacent fields next to each other. The guys start at noon, and the girls start at 12:30. And we do have a representative from the Goddard Rockets. If you've seen Goddard play, you probably already know who I'm talking about. Olivia Rosso. She'll be on the red team as a forward. Now, this is only for seniors. Olivia earned it. 34 goals in 20 games. Congratulations to Olivia Rosso. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good for a while. We'll be sunny today and our afternoon high in the upper 70s. For the overnight hours, clear down 40. High pressure will hang out again on Thursday. Low to mid 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. For Friday, we're expecting sunny skies, and we're going up to about 80. Temperatures will stay very comfortable for the upcoming weekend with sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. The Dow opens at a record high today. The NASDAQ opens slightly lower. Investment managers rotated to stocks with lower valuations when NVIDIA fell, showing concerns persist about high-tech and AI stock prices. Investment manager Sam Stovall says signs of this rotation have been growing recently, and he says this tells me investors are sticking with stocks, but switching from pure growth stocks to value stocks, including to communications, consumer, and industrial stocks. FedEx raised its forecast for profits this holiday season. Best Buy and TJX Marshalls had projected higher sales but hadn't updated their outlooks recently. Tyson Foods says beef prices are up and will stay higher for a while. Instacart says their earnings are 14% higher than a year ago. And Mark Cuban told Make It that he tells his children looking for jobs in the AI era to prioritize working for a smaller company over fighting for a job at a big corporation where your skills could be extraneous but wouldn't be at small or mid-sized businesses that don't have huge staffs. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I'm here to tell you watching the game from a sorry recliner is not how life should be enjoyed. You could have a power recliner with an adjustable headrest in your favorite spot right now. American built and a solid guarantee are the reasons we stand behind our recliners, and you can be confident in the service we provide. So pull your backsides from that old chair and cheer for your team in style. Come down and see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
No doubt about it, our favorite season is fall. Leaves fall, temperatures fall, and electric bills fall. Fall brings us the joy of mowing our lawn for the last time and the sadness of picking that last tomato. Here at Roswell Seed Company, we start to talk about pansies, broomweed, and the first freeze. Yeah, we can get downright giddy. This is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company, reminding you that fall is when Mother Nature starts to show off. Try not to miss any of it.
Taste the flavors of Thailand and beyond at Lemongrass Restaurant in Roswell. Authentic ingredients like holy basil, Thai chili, and kaffir lime. Original recipes including curry, pad Thai and pad see-ew, and egg drop or tom kha soups. Friendly service, authentic flavors, and
a little or a lot of spice, but everything's nice.
Open 11 to 8, Tuesday through Saturday at 610 South Main in Roswell. Call ahead, 575-208-0411. Lemongrass Restaurant in Roswell. The flavors of Thailand, right here at home.
Have you ever been to an escape room? Generally, there's a set of clues that you have to follow to find the prize to get out of the room. It's a mystery that has to be solved. Many things are learned along the way, but in the very best versions, you don't know the answer to the mystery until you find all the clues and find the prize. The Apostle Paul writes to the young Christians in Colossae about a mystery. What's great about this mystery is that you don't have to wait until the end of the story to know the answer. The Israelites were given hints or shadows of the mystery, but they didn't know the full story. Paul reminds them that the answer to the mystery is Christ in them. When Jesus came to this earth and died on the cross for our sins and rose 3 days later, he made known the mystery that has been taught from the beginning of time. Do you feel like you're missing something in your life and you don't know about this great mystery of Christ? Then we encourage you to join us and learn what's missing.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
If you plug your nose, you can't tell the difference between an apple, potato, and an onion, unless you open your eyes. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:58. Got about a minute and a half here before news takes over at the top of the hour. Hey, don't forget, coming up November 22nd, the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico is hosting their Holiday with Friends event. This is kind of with the Conventions and Civic Center being down still because of the flooding and all that. The Holiday Magic, the annual holiday show that happens every year out there. For the last couple of years, they've had to, I guess this would be year 2 actually. They can't do it there, so they've been doing this Holiday with Friends event, which it's not obviously as big as the Holiday Magic event because they don't have the space. But they're going to have some of those different vendors that are always a part of that as part of it. Deborah Lucas will be there with her famous eats. Danielle Gonzalez with her New Mexico-inspired designs and themes. Angela Strange with her handmade journals and bookmarks. Trina Padilla, she's got her unique handmade Christmas decor and gifts. The Historical Society will have some holiday promotions. I believe John LeMay and Donna Blake Birchall will be signing books and having books there as well. Desert Cowgirl, Pecos Valley Chili Company, Should Have Been, Annie Eclectic Custom Hat Bar as well, all a part of it. It's November 22nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Archives Facility, 208 North Lee. You can go to RoswellNMHistory.org for more information or call the Historical Society as well for more information there. All right, it's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We'll be back on the other side of news.
On air and online, this is Roswell's home for talk radio, KEND Roswell.
Thomason. After the Senate signed off on a bill to reopen the federal government, now it's up to the House, and a vote there is expected today. Once the bill clears the House, it would go to President Trump for his signature. The shutdown continues to take a heavy toll on air traffic controllers.
After a weekend that saw thousands of flights canceled, airlines canceled another 1,700 flights by early Monday afternoon and nearly 1,000 for Tuesday. The Senate took a first step towards ending the shutdown Sunday, but final passage could still be several days away. Tuesday will be the second missed payday for air traffic controllers and other employees of the Federal Aviation Administration. It's unclear how quickly they might be paid once the shutdown ends.
Correspondent Marissa Duhaney. Transportation Secretary Duffy says he supports the idea of a generous bonus for controllers who've shown up for work throughout the shutdown. Turns out it was a father and daughter. They were on a hurricane relief mission who died in Monday's small plane crash in South Florida.
The Christian missionary group Ignite the Fire has identified their founder, 53-year-old Alexander Worm, and his 22-year-old daughter Serena as the people who died in a small plane crash near Fort Lauderdale on Monday. Their 1976 Beechcraft King Air plane was carrying humanitarian aid bound for hurricane victims in Jamaica when it narrowly missed some homes and crashed into a pond in Coral Springs. Deputy Chief Mike Moser is with the Coral Springs Parkland Fire Department.
We received several 911 calls of a plane that had crashed in the waterway in the lake behind these homes here. Our fire rescue and police department responded.
Audio courtesy WSVN. I'm Jennifer King.
The FBI-led Joint Terrorism Task Force will investigate what Attorney General Bondi calls violent riots at a Turning Point USA event on Monday at UC Berkeley. On Wall Street, the Dow trading about 401 points higher. The Nasdaq is down 130 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-304-3399. 800-304-3399. That's 800-304-3399.
My name is
is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ETHOS.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
A rare blackout hit the entire Dominican Republic yesterday, snarling traffic and paralyzing.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Sold nationwide. That comes days after some batches were recalled during an expanding outbreak of infant botulism. State and federal health officials say at least 15 babies in 12 states have been sickened in the outbreak since August, and more cases are pending. All of the infants were hospitalized after consuming ByHeart formula. Parents and caregivers who have the formula in their homes should immediately stop using it and get rid of the product. Babies with symptoms of infant botulism need immediate medical care. I'm Haya Panjwani.
The Southeast has set low temperature records even before winter officially arrives. A freeze warning affecting some 18 million people extended across Alabama, Florida, and Georgia. That cold spell moved from the northern plains and brought an abrupt transition to winter-like temperatures. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy middle of the week.
Yes.
Right smack dab. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Stick a pin in it.
It's downward slide, though, for the rest of the week. It's and it's getting busy. I mean, we've got playoff football Saturday and Friday night, Saturday afternoon. We'll have both those games for you right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, radio-only broadcast. Of course, Roswell High plays Friday night, pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7. Highland, it's one of the Albuquerque schools.
I believe it is Highland.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then on Saturday afternoon, the Goddard Rockets travel to Lovington for their second round or next round playoff matchup That game will kick off at 1 p.m. with pregame at 12:30. We'll have that game for you right here on the radio, only 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Yes.
We will have those there.
Audio with scoreboard at ksvptv.com.
Yes. By the way, too, for all your volleyball playoff action later this week, ksvptv.com, we're going to be doing audio-only, internet-only broadcasts of all the volleyball action. And the logic behind that is because of football playoffs, once the getting gets good in the volleyball playoffs, we can't put any of it on the radio because it's conflicting with football.
Right.
So to alleviate that problem and not upset people that want to catch all of our volleyball coverage for Roswell and Artesia and Goddard. I think it's just Goddard and Artesia. I apologize. Goddard and Artesia will be on KSVP TV in their respective channels. We'll have volleyball. There'll be a thing set up, and they'll have and the games start Thursday, and then depending on, and it's double elimination. So to give you start times would be just go get tell you what. If you want to know the times and when and who, because we play this game every week, just go to nmact.org, which is the NMAA's website.
Yep.
Right at the top there, you'll see a thing with the volleyball playoff brackets. Click it, open it, and you can go to the appropriate class, and then you can play, because like football is pretty easy to follow. I mean, it's relatively a straightforward bracket, but when you get into double elimination tournaments, then you lose the first one, and then you got to begat, and then you got to go start looking on this thing M1 to M18, and I'm too old for this.
That all went out the window when we stopped using paper maps.
Yeah, so
you're like orienteering the bracket list,
and so I ain't gonna lie, it gets muddy quick, but we will have all of that for you whatever paths the various teams go through those brackets to get to Saturday. We'll have those for you on ksvptv.com. Again, audio only because it's playoffs. We do not have video rights on those, but we will have audio only, uninterrupted by, say, that pesky football or our normal radio shows.
Unencumbered by what used to be. So that should be good. We can have infinite channels over at ksvptv.com. It's kind of the beauty of the internet.
Yeah, and it'll be a medley. Like I hear tell like that between here and Artesia, they're going to set up a couple of computers, and I think they're going to have people like basically producing each of those broadcasts to bring you those. And then we're going to have I think Chris Deck. I'm not sure if Kelly's going. I know Joby's going. We'll have a couple of our guys there calling the games and basically bringing it back via technology to our producers here to get it on those streams. So
I love technology.
Which I use the word technology, and and I know, and we know, and all know that there's going to be some kind of technology kerfluffle.
A headphone jack got turned into a video jack somehow by some form of black magic.
Yeah.
Somebody had to sacrifice a chicken.
Yeah.
But we are going to get it on the radio and on the online streams.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
And then here's another, just pull back the curtain, is because we're going to be doing the football games here on the radio.
Yep.
Both days. But and anybody that's listening to the morning show, I've said it ad nauseum all week. We got a completely brand new automation system.
Yes.
We're still kind of learning and finagling, and I ain't gonna lie, when we do a football game Friday night on this system, that'll be the first time.
It's when we kick the training wheels off. We're like, you can let go, Dad.
Yeah.
He's like, I let go 10 feet ago.
Yeah. So hilarity will ensue this weekend, hopefully. Not as much as, because we don't want to interrupt nothing, but I'm just gonna say there's going to be some. And to be honest, our radio guys are coaches and teachers. They are experts at the sports stuff.
Right.
They're not experts at radio engineering.
Yeah.
And so they when and full pull back the curtain, those guys do push their own buttons on those games.
They've gotten a lot better.
But this is going to look completely different to them, and so and quite frankly, myself and Gene aren't really sure what the sports broadcast on this new system is going to, and it's not like on the radio it'll sound normal, but it's how the buttons work and how the thing gets to the thing from this thing to that thing that none of y'all care about. You just want to turn on your water and the water comes out.
Right.
But that's what from our end is going to be interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into making that soup, so to speak.
So. Ooh, segue.
See what I did there? Yeah.
Yes, joining us, kind of giving the rundown here. We'll get you up to date with the weather and all that good stuff here in just a few. And then our guest for this hour, Shri, I'm always going to botch her name, Zemensky. She's with Assumption Church and their Altar and Rosary Society. I don't have the flyer in front of me, but I know they got their soup donations coming up this Saturday, and I think that's what we're talking about. So she's going to give us more of the meat of the soup and what's inside and all about that here in just a few minutes. And of course, we'll talk a little bit about some of what they do over at the church there too.
And she brought samples.
Oh, soup! You know, she knew to our stomachs or to our hearts is our stomach.
I told her, I was like, you must have done your research. This is soup country.
And you and I have had whole conversations about soup.
Yeah,
and we'll have more of them.
Oh, we will have plenty.
Yeah,
because there are so many different types. There, you go from soup to chowder. I mean, we could talk about a bisque.
Yeah,
I mean, we haven't even delved into the whole world of bisque, biscuitry.
Don't get me started on stews.
God forbid a gumbo. We can go on a symposium on gumbo.
I mean, we can have a 6-hour debate on when does a soup become a stew.
Right. At what point does a stew actually become chili? It's there's add-ins here. There's thickening agents. There's lots of ingredients.
And since we're starting fights and pulling pulling hairs here, chili ain't chili unless it's got beans in it.
I agree. Yes, I want it's hot dog sauce otherwise.
Exactly. Then I'm pouring it on a chili dog. It's got to have beans. Beans is what makes it chili. Or you got manwich at the end of the day. And that's when he really gets mad when I call it manwich when they do that, because I'm like, it's chili without beans, just manwich.
Well, manwich is just the liquid. That's the thing. If you ever open a can of manwich, it's just the liquid.
I know, but
I was very disappointed the first time I opened a can of manwich. I'm like, all right. Oh.
To be honest, thank goodness you got to ground your own beef for that stuff.
And in hindsight, it does. It's a lot better off. You're a lot better off for it. But
let's get some ground beef. Let it stew in that manwich juice, and then we'll seal it up in a can, and then we'll open it in about 3 years.
There you go.
Delicious.
See? Now you're talking my language. Let it get, it's got to sit in that can for a while. Get a little, a little bit of piquant to it.
Yeah.
Absorbs that can flavor.
Good news is I'm not going to want to eat that soup no more after talking about manwich. I'm kidding.
That's fine. I'll have yours. I'll have your side.
I'm kidding. Would you like to offer her some pie?
Can I offer some Baja Blast pie in this trying time?
It's oddly Dr. Seuss.
That's true.
Part Simpsons. And very extreme. All right, it is 9:15. Let us get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good for a while. We'll be sunny today and our afternoon high in the upper 70s. For the overnight hours, clear down to 40. High pressure will hang out again on Thursday. Low to mid 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. For Friday, we're expecting sunny skies and we're going up to about 80. Temperatures will stay very comfortable for the upcoming weekend with sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, 57 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 26%. Winds currently out of the north at 10 miles per hour. I'm not complaining. It's nice weather next few days here. A little cooler today than what we've had. And by cooler, it's upper 70s as opposed to low 80s. So sunny, 77 for a high today. Winds will be out of the north at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be mostly clear. Overnight low of 41 degrees. Winds are calm. And by the way, Sean will be here. I forgot there will be soup. He'll start sticking his nose in here, I promise. I was like, oh yeah, there'll be food. He'll be in here. But for Thursday, you're looking at mostly sunny skies. Back up into the low 80s on Thursday with winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 42. Southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, also floating in the low 80s, sunny and 82. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10. Friday night, we're looking at mostly clear skies, overnight low of 45. So dress accordingly if you're heading out to the Wool Bowl. Now on Saturday, back up into the low 80s, sunny and 81. Dress accordingly if you're heading out to Lovington for that playoff matchup. And then we're down into the mid-70s on Sunday, and then a slight gradual cool down, it looks like, because We're going to go 76 on Sunday. Monday, we're down to 71, and then by Tuesday next week, upper 60s. So looks like we're going to kind of teeter off here, 81, 82 after, over for Thursday, Friday, and then start gradually dropping Saturday, Sunday, and then into next week. Here is just gradual drops of the temperatures there. All right, it is 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're talking soup and with Assumption Church and the Altar and Rotary Society on the other side here. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
All right, Mr. Gobbles, it's that time of year again. Got any last requests? What? You want a smoking deal on a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle? Mucho dinero for your trade and your credit pardon? Well, you're going to have to go to Roswell Ford.
Hey, Roswell Ford is talking real turkey. With our most aggressive offers in more than 5 years. Right now, get massive savings on new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles with 0% financing and no payments till February 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Worried that your credit is a little foul? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
0 APR for 48 months is $28.83 per thousand financed. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Are you still dealing with that toothache? Or are those wisdom teeth bothering you? This is Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental, and we've got you covered. From root canals and implants to crowns and dentures, we have advanced treatment options for you. Our team is focused on every detail to give you a personalized and professional experience. Discover dental care that's comfortable, modern, and made just for you. Come visit us at Carabelli Dental, where your best smile begins here.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental or call 575-622-4455.
Check out some of the pre-Thanksgiving savings you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market. Select boxes of Duncan Hines cake mixes are 4 for $5, and select cans of Duncan Hines frosting are $1.98 each. In produce, snack-sized navel oranges are 4 for $1, and Jumbo Haas avocados are 99 cents each. In the meat department, honeysuckle white young turkeys are 99 cents a pound. Limit 1 per customer. Thereafter, $1.29 a pound. These are just some of the pre-Thanksgiving savings you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market.
No doubt about it, our favorite season is fall. Leaves fall, temperatures fall, and electric bills fall. Fall brings us the joy of mowing our lawn for the last time and the sadness of picking that last tomato. Here at Roswell Seed Company, we start to talk about pansies, broomweed, and the first freeze. Yeah, we can get downright giddy. This is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company, reminding you that fall is when Mother Nature starts to show off. Try not to miss any of it.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Assumption Catholic Church and their altar and rosary, T.
Not rotary.
Society. Sherry, I gotta say it slow. Zemensky.
Smyzinski.
Smyzinski.
Maybe that's the southern way to say it, but a Polish person would say it a little bit different.
Okay. Well, I think because we say Smith around here, and so the SM,
Smyzinski.
But with the Y, that makes sense. But we'll just call you Sherry.
Yeah, that's what. Whenever I call in an order, they'll go, "Yes, Sherry." Well,
I'll Porky Pig it. I'll be a Smith. Sherry, yeah. How you doing today? So, but of course, folks, if you're always looking for a new church home, the Assumption Catholic Church, I always invite you to come to their services and come be a part of their church family and see all the great work that things and go on. And I know for a fact that church is really a community church. There's a lot of community events so people have probably been to their church, maybe not necessarily through a church event, but they're always community involved, and they open their home to many different
yes, our
parts of
Altar and Rosary Society, we do things for our church. We raise funds and we buy things for the church, but we also have branched out and we also help organizations outside the church.
Okay.
You know,
kind of an olive branch or extension of the church's outreach kind of thing.
Yes.
Too. Very good. So, so as far as being a part of the Altar and Rosary Society, is that Like, is it just come to meetings and things, or is there a little more to it? How does that work?
We have a couple big fundraisers, but Altar and Rosary, we assist the parish in spiritual and material undertakings.
Okay.
And so that this is from our bylaws, and it says, for the welfare of our church and community. And we encourage each other. We pray the rosary.
Gotcha.
We have meetings about 2 months of the year we don't meet,
Gotcha.
but once a month. And we just try to encourage one another and, learn more about our faith.
Sure.
Yeah.
So really, it's probably, if you're already Assumption Church is your church home, come in and kind of, hey,
we would love for people to join us.
And of course, if you don't have a church home, then, maybe this is the carrot we dangle. It's like, that sounds nice. Maybe come to services and see what the church is all about.
Well, I'm in a few organizations, and when you, especially in church, and especially a Catholic church that has different masses.
Mm-hmm.
So I always go at the 9 o'clock mass because I have to deliver homebound communion from that mass. And so I don't see people at 11 or 5:30.
Sure, you get the early birds and miss the ones that sleep in on Sunday.
Yeah, I used to. But so you miss that sense of community.
Sure.
But getting involved.
And so this is kind of the gap between all of that.
Yeah, well, getting involved in church activities helps you develop that sense of community. I know women here that I wouldn't know otherwise.
Sure.
And so I have a saying that says, don't just come to church, be the church. So that's my saying.
And I'm a firm believer in this is
any church,
regardless of your faith and direction of faith. Church is where the people are, and the God's house gets built around it, kind of thing. And now that being said, the Catholics are pretty good at building beautiful facades. I mean, pretty much every Catholic church I go to.
We just got back from a pilgrimage. Oh, my goodness! I was just blown away.
And of course and this is where I'm blessed to grow up, where I grew up in the DC area, and so I've been to the National Cathedral, and I've been to some of the more prominent church in that area.
They're all inspiring.
They are.
It's a house for God.
And I'll tell you, kind of the way my life went, and my mom, and of course when I was, my father and all, but my mom and I was baptized and kind of went to Catholic school, and then my parents, my father adopted me. But they met when I was 4, and so kind of went to Episcopalian. But for the first couple of years, I went to Catholic school, and and I'm not gonna lie, I had it created my idea.
Did you have nuns teaching you?
Oh yeah, we had nuns in my first. I was there through second grade, and we had nuns, but I'm not going to lie, that was my formative years of what my vision of what church looks like. And so I go into, but what I think is, because it is a beautiful Catholic church, and then as I got older and I was starting to go with my dad to some Episcopalian, and not saying they're not beautiful churches, but they're more homey than a Catholic church looks like. And so that's a bit of a shift in, but to me, when I think of church, I think of Catholic cathedral-like churches
have you ever seen any of those that are overseas?
Well, a little bit. Like when I was in Venice in the military, I got to see some of those over there, and boy, howdy, it's.
How did they do that?
Like even their bathrooms are way more nicer. Just like architecturally.
It's
just different. But absolutely. But that being said, we would love to have you come. I was getting a little off the rails here, and of course, if you know what. Let's use this Saturday if you want to learn more about the Altar and Rosary. You're having your Fun Soup Donations event. Yeah, it's your annual Christmas bazaar and everything else there, and it's a chance to kind of meet some of the family, church family, and obviously get a little Christmas shopping in and doing your early jump on that kind of stuff.
Sure. Well, one of the things that people really love is our homemade soups, and I brought my corn chowder. Maybe Sean should come in and...
Hey, yeah, Sean, if you're up for soup, come nosing in now.
He's a soup. I heard him, yeah. So I would like for you to try it on the air.
Will.
Right here, Sean. Right there.
And I'm going to tell you right now, big fan of corn chowder. Like,
Are you
I
really?
am.
That is what I always bring.
I love.
Now
like,
this one is free for you guys,
like
but if
it.
you come Saturday, you'll have to pay
well,
$10.
This is like the that you get you a taste.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, no, this is how drug dealers
I should
work,
turn
right?
your microphone off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted by soup.
That's okay. Oh,
Johnny, just to make good friends with you.
Oh.
see what she did?
Oh.
Yeah, she broke
What is
out.
that? Screw on or pull off?
I think it's screw.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I don't
Yeah.
want to.
the splatter.
Now
soup.
it's warm, but
I can feel the warmness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smell first.
smells like home.
Oh yeah.
It just
and you should have a spoon in those right there. And I'll end up probably having leftovers this Saturday and Sunday, so I probably won't eat.
Well, and here's the deal. Soup is always better the next day.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a rule of thumb. The more a soup sits in a pot and just sits, but like and you think day 2 is better, hit about day 4. That soup really gets good.
Well, let me tell you about some of the soups I know that are coming. So we've got some donations. And Orlando from Farmers North, they're donating green chili stew.
Oh, is it the same stew at the Farmers?
I guess so.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
great stuff. If you ever,
yeah.
I'm telling you right now, the only reason I that is my when anybody in the house gets the sniffles or we go right to the Farmers and we get that size, that biggin of the green chili stew every single time.
Okay,
so I
what
know
do you
that
think,
very well.
Sean? Because I'm taking a chance. You could
First of
guys
all-
go
All right.
gross.
No, first of all, it is
While he's talking, I'm going to eat.
It's so hearty. It's got big chunks of potato. The corn is. I mean, it pops. It's got just a depth of flavor.
I even brought the recipe
Oh, this is
if you
excellent.
want it. Yeah, it is some of the best corn chowder I've.
Sean's going to finish up the interview. I'm just going to sit quietly and eat. No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
No, I'm kidding.
Don't you put that evil on me?
Well, let me tell you about some more of the donations. So Deborah from Cattle Barons is donating Pasoli.
Ooh.
So we have that, and then we have about. Of course, I'll have a bit. This is one batch, and I make 8 of these batches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I have a big crock pot
man, that's
there,
good.
and there'll be about 8
I'm
to
gonna keep the
10
lid
different
back.
soups. I know one lady brings Italian wedding soup, and it probably has
You're
sausage
like hitting
in
every
it.
one of my favorites. Like, I love Italian wedding. I love Pasoli.
For you
love
to
green
come
chili
by
stew.
because it's 9 to noon
If
on
someone
Saturday.
does clam chowder, I'm never leaving.
You might have to just adopt
Or
him.
split pea and ham, I'm never leaving.
And Marty with Martine's Capital Cafe is providing us with bread and water. So you get soup, bread, and water
Well, you
for
gotta have-
$10. We
That's
used to do 5, but we decided to go up in price.
well.
you know.
You've seen the cost of items at the grocery store, and what it costs to make these things. And
One of the saddest moments of my life was years ago. We used to do a fundraiser here in town called the Super Bowl.
Oh.
The SOUPER Bowl. And it was
Say it slower,
exactly
get
this.
sued.
It was people would bring their, bring in soups, like donate soups, and it would just be like a soup bazaar, essentially. And the thing was, I think it was like their
I'm going to eat.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Their gimmick was for like $40, you got to keep the bowl. They would have like these hand thrown ceramic bowls.
I remember that
You
because
remember
I
this?
have a bowl from
Oh,
that.
really?
It
Okay.
was the artist made those ceramic
They
bowls.
make them they make them
That's a
by
great
hand and
idea.
they hand fire them here.
Oh.
And then for $40, you come and you fill up your bowl with soup, and then you get to keep the bowl. It was such a cool idea, but it went away. And I'm a soup lover, so.
And the bowls
a
were
part of me
beautiful.
died that
I
day.
have I went with my mother-in-law and that year, and the bowls were beautiful and the soup was good. So
Absolutely.
well, anyway, I can guarantee you I'll have that soup there.
So to be honest, the whole event really the soup is the carrot to dangle to get you in the door. But there's a whole slew of great gifts, photo booth, big now. There's going to be opportunities, some drawings here for a money wreath and a
I
handmade
brought
quilt.
pictures for you to look at.
Okay, very good.
So here is the raffle wreath with
this
500.
is the wreath that they're going to be raffling off here, and I'm assuming the proceeds go back to the church here.
Mm-hmm. And then we have one of our ladies made a beautiful Christmas quilt,
Oh
and
man! Oh wow!
isn't that pretty?
That is beautiful.
And
Look at
then the last thing that we've been selling raffle tickets for weeks now, but then we also sell them at the bazaar, and then we draw at the end on Sunday.
Okay.
But we had some members move into Peachtree, and she donated this beautiful
Grandfather
clock.
Oh, wow.
And it's also going to come with some gift cards for restaurants and stuff. Isn't that great?
You don't see grandfather clocks these days. We have one at our Artesia studio.
Yeah.
You know what?
Is it the
Take
same
a gander
one?
of it.
Is it it's the same one?
And I can tell you where it came from.
That one? Oh,
no,
you
not
know.
that one, but the one in our office that looks just like that one. It was in the house I bought.
Oh, really?
I swear. When we bought the house we were living in, they left this grandfather clock, which we loved. It did not work. It did not function.
Right.
And I was like, I know. And so Gene was like, I would love it. And I gave it to him. He got it working, and now it's a functioning clock.
Yeah.
But it's just like this one.
Yes.
It's a beautiful. I'm sure it's worth a lot of money. And I gave it to Gene, not even thinking anything about money. I just was like, I just think it was someone that appreciate with this more
and it
than
goes
I
off
would.
on the 15s, by the way.
Yeah.
I know that.
But yeah, that's a beautiful clock. I'll do another look there in case.
And so the tickets are $5 each, or $5 for 20. And I just happen to have tickets here. I'm sure you guys make a lot of money in the radio business.
Do you have?
Can you accept debit? Yeah.
Yeah, can you accept anything that's not cash?
Well, we can do credit cards, but only on the Saturday. I do not have a credit card thing with me.
Yeah, let me confirm, because I never have cash. Yeah, see, look. So unless you got to do, I can do. That's, you know what? And this is what makes me mad in society. Like, I was always I always carried cash, and I kind of, but society's retrained me to where they almost frown up. Like, people don't even like when you pay them cash anymore, and it's like.
I like paying cash.
I kind of do in some aspects, but I feel like society almost pariahs me if I want to pay cash.
I did a story a couple of days ago. Gen Z, according to a survey, Gen Z now views paying in cash as quote unquote cringe.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel the cringe, so I naturally don't carry it. But I'm gonna, you know what? I might just do it out of spite now. You know what? I'm paying cash for.
Well, you know,
like any good dealer, she deals in cash only.
By the way, this is a church event. By no means any of the things I'm saying should go along with.
I'm talking about a suit dealer, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I feel that pain, but please come, but get your raffle tickets and get a chance to win that grandfather clock and
there's $500 or more cash on the wreath. There might be $600, but so the wreath, you can pull the cash off, obviously, and then you have a nice wreath for your front door.
Absolutely, or be. This reminds me of another thing when I was a kid. My mom, for Christmas one year, got a money tree.
Oh.
And it was basically like a bonsai-looking tree that someone kind of made, like origamied up some dollar bills on there. And I'm going to say it lasted 6 months before me and my brother started. Ice cream man comes.
Off
just
comes
$1. It won't know. Next thing you know, there's like $1 left.
You're trying to flay it out to make it look like more.
So this one is encouraged to pull the cash first and then the wreath.
Sure.
Don't hang it out on you. Otherwise,
somebody will rob.
Your neighbors will love you.
Now, we also have a group of really sweet ladies that are, it's a different group within the church, and it's St. Mary's Craft Group.
Okay.
They have crocheters and they have sewers, and this is stuff that I bought in years past.
Okay. Like a little.
That's like and they always have aprons, and so this is an apron I bought.
Well, see, and to me, this is multifunctional because you're like, ooh, that's where I could store this, or that's where I could keep it.
Yeah, well, this is kind of chick stuff, not guy stuff. No, but you probably have mother-in-laws and mothers.
That's a koozie for a 40. I mean, you just got to be creative, that's all.
Well, and to be honest, I could easily see, because guys have workshops with things and coffee
Wood
cans and things like, hey, here's a bag to put just these screws in. Here's a bag.
I don't know about that.
Bolts and nuts in. I'm just saying. I think you could.
Yeah, here's a cell phone holder.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so
I'll trade you.
Okay. So we have a lot of.
So if you want to watch things and not to
turn
mention,
it around.
Not to mention, if someone
you prop your cell phone up.
and you kind of lay it like that. But when this would be good for sports. Like if you're watching a football game, and we know we don't want to throw the phone when you get mad.
So
this thing. Yeah, and you'll do minimal damage to others around you unless you hit something like a lamp or something. But it won't.
That better not happen in my house. And then we have beaters. So this is it has a little cross hanging on it.
Very nice.
Beautiful. And isn't that sweet? Yeah. So we have a large variety of crafts that people can buy to get a little Christmas stuff.
Really?
We also have.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Yes, baked goods that.
Man.
These will be there. She made them specially for you guys.
Okay.
These are called apple crumbles.
Ooh, thank you. I'm going to eat this after my soup.
Sure.
I don't want to.
Yeah, eat your soup first and fight Sean for that. Okay. And I'm taking I'll bake some blueberry cobblers. There'll be cakes. There'll be probably other sweetbreads and stuff like that.
And I always, you don't have to tell your family that you bought it. You can tell them you slaved away in the kitchen to get that baked out and just see my blueberry pie. See, it's great. And you have to tell them I was just supporting the church.
All you do, take it out of their containers, put it onto a nice plate like a display.
This is all homemade. Members of the church are making the baked goods,
and then,
so it's going to look just like you made it.
And then you walk out of the kitchen, you take off the apron that you bought at the bazaar, throw it down and be like, I'm done. I finished, okay? Here it is.
I'll be here all day.
All day.
Making soup and baked goods.
I was telling my husband, I said, this is chick stuff. There's aprons and stuff like that. And he says, well, they might be into aprons. And I'm like, maybe.
Well, if you are a grill master, you need an apron. Yep. Think of it as your utility belt.
Tool belt, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, to be more guy-centric, you need to put gadgets.
Now, sometimes they've had denim aprons there.
But I would suggest you put like a dangly bottle opener or some kind of place. And guys love to wield things like swords, so maybe like a spatula bandolier or tong bandolier.
I actually like the idea of having a spatula.
Right.
Guys have weird brains like
meat fork. Like the whole thing right here. Tongs, right? You should have
little meat thermometer thing that they can whip out like a holster.
But it's got the elastic on it, so it just snaps back.
Yeah, so you don't lose it.
Of course. So did you like that, Sean?
Did I like it?
Oh,
what do you guys think? What do y'all think?
I've been talking. I've barely made a dent in mine.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's the thing is in between, conversations, I've been doing the whole the very rude thing of just tipping it back.
Sean's oddly quiet this morning.
So we're going to have Santa there, and there's a little photo booth.
So you can get pictures with Santa.
That's right. I think there's going to be live Christmas music. A couple of our fellows are going to be playing and singing.
Instruments and carolers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, well, that's definitely Christmas. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we live in southeast New Mexico. Mm-hmm. We can't recreate the snow and the white Christmas part because
I think there's a backdrop that looks kind of Christmassy.
But the best we can do is we can have the carolers and the music and all the spirit and maybe a cooler cocoa.
Yeah.
Milk chocolate.
Right.
Hot chocolate.
Just drinking chocolate.
Yeah.
We also have a section of gently used Christmas items. As people donate for our garage sale, we find ornaments.
Like decor and...
Yeah, or even wrapping paper. Okay. And then there'll be manger scenes and,
Well, and those are perfect, for anybody because...
You can get it at a good price.
Brand new is way expensive. And this is... I always like to point out to maybe first young couples or maybe this is your first Christmas as a family.
Yeah,
and you want to set up the tree.
On a budget,
and 9 times out of 10, you don't have the kind of money it takes to splurge on a tree and the lights. And, oh, by the way, we got to get gifts and the holiday day. It's a very expensive time of year. Mm-hmm. So please, if you're going to decorate and get the trees and the decor and the wrapping paper and all the things that are either up for the season or disposable, like your wrapping paper.
Right.
Getting it at a bazaar or someplace like a thrift store or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, when you're done at the bazaar, go on over to the Humane Society thrift store. They're always having sales on Christmas decor, and it's usually you can get strings of lights for pennies on the dollar, and so you can really blow up the Christmas and not spend the thousands of dollars it takes to do that sometimes. And you support great organizations like the church here. Obviously, the Humane Society in their case there, but it's a great way to do that. So it's a win-win for everybody.
We just recently gave the church $10,000 toward our parking lights. They've redone a lot of the parking lot, more lights in. It's safer at night.
Nice.
And so we were able to give $10,000 from various fundraisers that we do.
It does look good. I don't live, but maybe
a stone's throw away.
Yeah, stone's throw away from that church there. I live in the North Springs community over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know. I could walk to the church.
When my family first moved to Roswell, that was one of the first things we noticed was, look at that church. Just the unique architecture with
that's Catholic
the pagoda almost styled roof.
I would say that's praying hands. What do you think?
I always looked at it because of similar to like Chinese or Japanese architecture with the kind of the pagoda style.
Well.
That's sort of what stuck out when I first saw it. And now I'll be honest with you, I see it as a skateboard half pipe. Because it looks like I could pull you could do some sick maneuvers on the top of that thing.
When I see it, and to be honest, a lot of Catholic churches that way. I go back to the old little hand nursery rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember that?
This is the church, and this is the steeple.
Open the doors.
I didn't know that.
People. Yeah. This is the church, this is the steeple, open the doors, and there's all the people. That's what I think of when I see that.
But I missed out on that, I guess.
Maybe you had to be an 80s kid. I don't know. That's what they taught us in the 80s. I have no idea. But anyway, now the event is a 2-day event. It's going to be this Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon, and then on Sunday from 9 a.m. to 1. Again, it is at the Assumption Catholic
Parish
Church.
Hall.
Parish Hall,
yeah.
2808 North Kentucky, right there in Kentucky.
Right, and the Parish Hall is 2808 is really the address of the office.
Gotcha.
So the Parish Hall is south.
Gotcha.
The building south, but you'll see a bunch of cars.
So just go down a little bit down. If you're coming off of, was it Mescalero or whatever it is? If you turn onto Kentucky there, just a little farther
it's the
down.
last building on the right.
Yeah.
And, that's our Parish Hall.
But you can't miss it. It'll be.
No, I think it says Parish Hall on the outside.
Yeah. And of course, if you have
follow your nose, it'll smell like soup.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so you smell the wafts of soups and baked goods, and you'll definitely there. Of course, if you have any questions about anything, they can help you at the phone number 575-622-9895.
That's the church office, and then they'll direct it to whoever can answer it.
But we would love for folks to come.
We appreciate the help, and our money goes to good causes.
Yeah.
We help. We do a little funding for the Catholic school that's a little further down from us, and we, buy linens if they need it, altar servers, all that kind
really
of
just
stuff.
supporting the church and supporting the work that the church does, and like you said, through the school through the actual parish itself, and kind of. And like you said, it's that glue, so when the 9 o'clockers and the 11 o'clockers can meet together and we're in the same family.
Don't just go to church, be the church.
Absolutely.
That's my saying.
But that's what you're right though. That's that connecting of it, and that's the thing with. It's not all bad, but it's certainly not all good. Is people get routine in their church, and what I mean by that is yes, it's not bad that you say 9 o'clock every Sunday. That's where I go, but.
When it becomes a routine, you're kind of getting in trouble.
You don't want to get into autopilot. I guess what you say. It does tend to allow you to get into autopilot, and the last thing Sunday is about is going into autopilot. People are going to
get out of church, any church, what they put into it.
Sure.
You'll have people say, "Well, I don't get anything out of it," but they don't do anything. Right. They come and occupy a space. So that's kind of harsh saying, but get involved.
Well, and part of it's just how we're raised and how we're as kids, sometimes church was kind of like made as an obligation, not as something that you should want or be part of a family thing to do. And so that does translate to adulthood.
In fairness, they really shouldn't have called it Sunday school. That really does take the incentive out of it for kids. If y'all want to come up with a better name for it. You just added a whole day of
Sunday
school
gathering,
now.
But and so a lot of it's just we train. But that's where I think if you are kind of in that just come to church on Sunday. Come meet the family, meet the folks that call this church home. Come meet. I mean, obviously it's a Catholic church,
it is a community.
It
is a community, but you've got to be more involved to get that feel of community.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is Catholic. So if you want to, maybe you come. But if you want to learn,
I'm a convert. Yeah, I'm a convert. See, I converted in 2011. Best thing I ever did.
And see, I was brought in and kind of through my family. They kind of but I have a foot in all the worlds, and so it's this. But to be honest, I was brought into this world under with kind of in the Catholic family, so I'm much more familiar with some of the
comings and goings,
the practices of the church and others and things. But
I am curious, if you don't mind my asking, what did you convert from?
Well, I grew up Presbyterian, and then I went to a Baptist church for a while.
That'll do it. I was raised Southern Baptist. That'll do it.
Now we're having the Veterans Day fight where the Marines and the Army guys are yelling at each other. Now the Baptist and the Catholics, but I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But and to be honest, at the end of the day, find a church home wherever that church home may be. Find it. But if you are looking for
find a church
place,
home and find God.
Yeah,
put God in your life.
Absolutely. But Assumption Catholic. Use the Christmas Bazaar as your kind of foot in the door to come meet the family, meet the church, and see what it's all
Have
about.
some good soup, right, guys?
Yeah, come eat.
Good
Come
soup.
get your fill of soup Saturday, and then join them for services on Sunday, and then maybe there's some leftover soup on Sunday.
Yeah, that's where we have it. I might even make some more corn chowder. Who knows?
Well, I can't imagine one drop of it not getting consumed or sold. Because to be honest, it's what I love about it is.
I was really worried you guys go.
No.
I'm waiting until it's socially acceptable to go to the room and lick the bowl.
I'm going to be, I'm going to eat this not politely here a little bit, just the taste, because I love it's a traditional corn chowder, but then you're like, ooh, it's got also like the cream of corn feel to it, which I also love. Like I always like, if I could ever figure out how to do corn in the corn, but give it the cream style corn flavor.
Well, it has two cans of cream of corn in it. I'll give you the recipe if you want it.
I'll take it.
All right, and you share.
And the onions have that
he's got the soup.
That just enough chew where it's malleable, but it's also got the crispness.
I saute them. I sauteed them this morning when I got up.
And then what I love to it is like, because I know some people, and I used to be this way, but I've evolved. I'm like, ain't no meat in it.
Well, so I could put ham in it or bacon on top.
You can easily throw some chicken in there.
Or you can put green chili if you were so of mine. But I keep it this way, and then you can adapt.
But it's also, you don't need it. But if you do need meat, I get you. And I'll even offer a different fare. Throw some shrimp in there.
Oh, some shrimp corn chowder. See, now you're speaking the language here.
I'm just saying.
So you've got the recipe. The secret really is evaporated milk.
Oh, okay.
That's the trick.
I think that's what gives it a unique flavor. And of course I use real butter. I don't use margarine, so.
It's delicious. Thank you very much. And of course, it is being soup season, so we got a collecting
most wonderful
of soups
time of the year.
And that's another thing is come and it sounds like you're going to find some of your favorites from around town, along with some straight out of mom and grandma's kitchen here on some of these too. And because I'm telling you right now that if you ever have had that Farmer's green, I'm telling that's my go-to. Every time my wife and I get a simple, we go to the Farmer's North.
Well, they're very generous.
And I'll get that size and I take it home. And then of course, they have it. And the Pasoli is amazing. And of course. I
can't say because we sometimes don't know till the day of when ladies bring in their favorite dishes,
And like I could live life like if someone said you can only eat soup and that's it the rest of your life, and then they limit to me like 4 or 5 soups, I'd be like, okay, give me the clam chowder, give me some corn chowder, give me a ham and bean, give me a split pea, and finally we'll go with like an Italian wedding.
Okay. See, I would have tried to work some kind of maybe a gumbo in there just to know I'm getting a little bit more protein.
Well, see, that's where I go. My clam chowder satisfies that craving.
Yeah.
But very good. But anyway, please join us for Assumption Catholic Church and the altar. Excuse me, the. Now I got myself all
you're
confused.
tongue-tied?
He's got soup brain.
And
you got soup on the brain.
And come join the event for the annual Christmas Bazaar.
Yes.
It's this Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon, and then Sunday, the day after, the November 15th and 16th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday.
And then at 1 we draw the raffle.
That'll be for the money wreath, for the grandfather clock. For
the
all the
beautiful, one of our ladies just donates it,
Well, so. and folks don't, especially when you don't, the amount of effort and work that goes into producing one quilt. It is that's why quilts are heirlooms. That's why, and I don't care. Whatever. If someone made you a quilt, it's an heirloom.
Yep.
It's just because the time and attention to detail and the sweat equity involved in putting that together, even if they use modern technologies to help them.
Every
square
tells a story.
Intensive labor
because
thing.
it was done, in real time by hand in that moment. And so that tells the story of what was happening at that moment.
So those are keepsake type things. Those are things that you pass down to your kids and grandkids, and kind of cross promoting here. When Dr. Powell, president of ENMUR, over the veteran, we had our Veterans Day celebration Saturday. The Pecos Valley Quilters bestowed upon Dr. Powell a Quilt to Valor quilt.
Oh, Oh, I've never seen one of those.
Those are amazing. And the whole premise behind that, Quilts of Valor is an organization. They partner with other, obviously they don't have a bunch of quilters in a room somewhere in some room just making these, but they partner with other, like Pecos Valley quilters and things. And then they each go and throughout the country, people donate a quilt to a veteran, just as an act of love, saying, thank you for your service. Thank you for protecting us. Here's a quilt. And they're usually very American themed and, kind of a patriotic theme, but they are just amazing. And Dr. Powell, matter of fact, if you do Facebook, I think it's on his page there. Go take a gander at it. It is a beautiful quilt that they did for him. And so this one's going to be equally, the love behind that one is just behind, it's the same.
Christmas oriented, so
There's just,
material.
I know in my home we have a quilt that my wife's grandmother made. And within the quilt are these butterflies that they turned that were handkerchiefs that Kim's great-grandmother, her grandmother's mother, had as an heirloom. And so she basically turned those. And so that's in our home now, this quilt that was her grandmother made that had her great-grandmother's handkerchief. So it's kind of a multi-generational family heirloom. And but that's quilts. And so the one... Now, this one doesn't have that history, obviously, the one that we're going to be raffling off, but be a part
Not
of it.
yet.
Well, that's what you create your own
There
memories.
you go.
Like you got it here, and then you maybe bestow it upon your loved one, and then they give it to their loved one because it was a gift from you, and say, "Well, Grandma or Grandpa gave this to me when I was a kid. Now you get it." And that's the beauty of the quilt.
Right.
So
Write your own story.
I know I get sidetracked on the big picture here, but
That's all right.
those are so meaningful. Those are the little things that make the big things better.
Yes.
And that's what and this is kind of what the Christmas Bazaar is coming. And obviously, if you're looking for gift ideas and decor and all that stuff for the holidays, get the early jump on some of that shopping here. Like if you're doing it before Thanksgiving, you are like aces in my book is like master early shopper.
Sometimes I've made homemade cornbread for Thanksgiving turkey or dressing, so I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet.
That's what my wife does. They do. Well, actually, it's a mix. It's cornbread and a little other breadcrumbs, but they do a whole. My wife is the procurer of the recipe, but it's technically her grandmother's recipe. But her mom isn't as good at doing it as Kim is. So it kind of skipped the mom, and so she goes right to Kim. Now they all work together, but Kim's kind of the...
That's exactly what happened with my grandma's potato salad.
She blesses it.
Skips the generation.
Very good. If you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate. Call the church, 575-622-9895. You can also go, and you can Google if you don't remember, go to Assumption Catholic Church's website, and you'll find a calendar about their upcoming events and a little more information about the church and the event itself there.
Yes.
So, good deal. Sherry, did we get it all?
I think so. I do know that we're going to have another Catholic group there selling jewelry, and that's Catholic Daughters. That's another group I'm in.
But if you're looking for some bling, they're going to have some.
They'll be making,
homemade,
it might be Catholic-related jewelry with...
Like rosaries and stuff,
or
maybe?
no, like Our Lady of Guadalupe medals.
By the way, you don't wear the rosaries for non-Catholics.
No.
People that don't know. They're not necklaces.
No.
Actually, that was something my mom... And I got to go because I'm going to tell another story. But like when I was in the military and I went to Italy and Europe, she goes, "Bring back rosaries, bring back." And so I would, like when I was in Venice, I grabbed a rosary. And now I have, my mom's passed, so I've got them in my own somewhere in a box somewhere. But that was my mom's. Bring me back a rosary. So anyway, sorry, I just thought I'd share that.
That's all right. That's a great memory.
Yeah, but again, come to the bazaar this Saturday, Sunday at Assumption Catholic
Please
Church.
do. We would
join us.
appreciate your attendance and
trust me, if you're a soup lover, they're going to roll you out the plate.
Yes, I hope so.
It's a fair assessment.
They have spoons. You don't have to bring them.
We will have spoons there.
You don't have to, but you can.
They got that big wooden spoon from the 80s that you hung on your wall. Here's my spoon. Thank you, Sherry. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Mike. Sean,
All
appreciate
right,
it.
9:55. Let's play some news and whatever else I can crowbar in before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away.
With your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Thanks for joining us. A New Mexico veteran's letters from World War II have been recovered and now preserved. John Ray McCorkle was in the Reserve Officers Training Corps at then New Mexico A&M. He stayed to serve in the reserves after he graduated. In 1941, McCorkle was deployed to the Philippines as global tensions grew. He eventually became a captain. McCorkle's granddaughter, Julie Hester, recently discovered a trove of letters that McCorkle wrote home to his wife, Nellie, while he was stationed in the Philippines. John Ray McCorkle never made it home. His barracks bombed shortly after the Japanese invaded Pearl Harbor. The VFW post in Las Cruces is named in McCorkle's honor. And a reminder that the Chavez County Stand Down event to help the needy will be held in Pioneer Park on Friday. The event running from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's described as a community event dedicated to providing support, resources, and care for at-risk individuals, veterans, and others. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Remember, this all started out, they wanted a whopping $1.5 trillion in additional spending to keep the government open for a whopping 7 weeks. And that meant hundreds of millions in health care for illegals, to extend subsidies that they voted to be temporary. Democrats voted to be temporary for Obamacare during the pandemic, during COVID. They want to refund PBS and NPR and even included DEI programs for other countries. And Mark Simone nailed it yesterday. It's the Affordable Care Act. Well, if it's so damn affordable, well, why do you need subsidies? It's insane. And what's fascinating is there is real, palpable rage.
The conservative underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
There's a reason I'm so proud of our partnership with Pure Talk, my wireless company, a veteran-owned company, because they don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk when it comes to supporting our vets. It's a veteran-owned company. This month, Pure Talk is choosing to support Canines for Warriors. Now, this is an incredible organization that rescues and trains dogs, pairs them with veterans that are struggling, for example, with PTSD. Canines for Warriors gives these heroes a purpose. It gives them companionship and healing. That's exactly why Pure Talk, a veteran-led company, supports them. Now, choose a wireless company that shares your values. Remember, you're going to get unlimited talk and text and plenty of data, $25 a month. Average family saves over $1,000 a year. You get the exact same service as the big carriers, same cell tower, same 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, and make the switch. Pound 250, keyword save now, switch today to America's wireless company, Pure Talk. Talk.
With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. Jerry Jones announces how the team will honor Marshawn Nealon, the 24-year-old defensive end who took his own life last week. You'll hear the team's plans after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey,
hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.